Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Oh, it's only Monday. It's only Monday, guys. Whatever that. I don't even know what that means anymore. Monday. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna feel alright. Yeah. Feeling alright. Bongo fever. Come on. Let's forget talking to people. Let's just play this all night long, isn't it? Oh, 344991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. The Late Night Alternative. My name is Iain Lee. Who are you, lady?
I'm Catherine Boyle. I enjoyed that heavy, dirty song.
Isn't it something? I'm news, you know, Catherine, to Spotify, and it turns out that at the beginning of the week they put like a little mixtape of stuff that they think you might like, and I've got to say, there's about 70% of this stuff that is absolutely brilliant. And the second song, let me just play the beginning of the second song, right? And it's insane, because you'll know this song so well, but I've never really listened to it. I listened to it this morning. This is great. Do you know this? What song is that?
No, I need a bit more.
You don't know that song?
Give me some more.
Okay. You'll know it. You'll know it so well. You'll know the song. I bet you won't even... Maybe you won't. I didn't know the artist's name. Go on.
I don't need your sympathy.
No. It's by someone called Patsy Gallant.
Oh, I like it.
Do you know that name?
No.
It's funny. It's such a famous song, right? No one recognises the intro. No one knows the artist. And I heard it. I thought, I'm going to skip this. And I listened to it. I went, oh, my God, it's amazing. We might play this at 11. Here we go.
In my mind, there's a face on my lips.
This song is so camp.
Oh, it's brilliant.
For the man that I love. 'Cause I'm living my life just to sing and be free. From L.A. to New York, from New York to L.A.
Hey! Good time with the gay man. Oh, yeah. To LA. It's such a great song, man.
So good.
It's so good. It's so good. So I was listening.
I mustn't have ever heard the beginning bit before.
No, it was an advert for something, wasn't it? It was in some advert for something where you just... It's like an advert for I want to say sofas.
Oh, really?
But
I feel it's a bit more Drag Race than that. I don't know. Wonderful.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. And 7 second delay. So if you phone up and say something we don't like, we just dump it. It's as simple as that. So if you've got something libelous or offensive, then we don't. This show. Let me explain what this show is about, because I can see a couple of calls lining up already, including the wonderful Dion, and boy, I'm looking forward to him. This is not a politically charged show. This is not a weighty, debatey, matey show. This is just like a nice... This isn't... I get what the problem is, right? A lot of people think late night radio has to be weighty and political and argumentative. It's not what this is, okay? That's not what this show is. This show is psychedelic, it's surreal, it's silly, it's fun, it's loving. We talk about bubbles and balloons and camp music. That's it. That's it. We're not a debatey political show. We're not weighty. There are other radio stations and other shows on at this time of night that do exactly those things. So if you've got something really heavy to share, I would suggest go and find another show, because you will get no truck with us, or track or truck. There'll be no truction or traction with us. We just want to play around, guys. We just want to play around. So with that in mind, 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Dion.
Yeah, good evening, Ian. Good evening, Catherine.
Oh, Dion's voice is on the mend. That's incredible. I haven't spoken to you for quite a while. That is that's a huge improvement, mate. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just lying in bed with my keyboard.
Lying in bed with your keyboard?
I bought a keyboard a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Are you
jamming while you're listening?
No, I bought that, and I bought a conversion kit to change my guitar from acoustic to electric.
Okay, wowzers.
But I can't play any of them. But it's just fun, yeah?
This could be, you know that Cat Stevens was a big pop star in the 60s. Big pop star. Wrote pop songs like Matthew and Son and I Love My Dog. Pop.
All this stuff, yeah.
Well, then he had about 69, 70. He was a druggie and a drinker and all of that. And then he caught tuberculosis. And he had to go into, well, I guess we would call it isolation now. What was the word, Catherine? When you'd go away for like 18 months in a hospital. No.
In a sanatorium.
Sanatorium, thank you. So he went away for 18 months, grew his hair long, read loads of religious books. That's not when he became a Muslim. And came back as the folk singer, Cat Stevens. He ditched the brandy drinking pop star and became the folk singer, Cat Stevens, who people would use his albums to skin up on. So this could be, what I'm saying is, Dion, this could be the same metamorphosis, the same cocooning for you. You could come back as a huge folk singer.
Maybe.
You don't sound convinced.
Well, I was brought up with the punk rock era.
Yeah.
And they couldn't play instruments. They done all right, didn't they?
A lot of them could. I mean, the Pistols were pretty decent musically, and the Damned were. But yes, a lot of them couldn't play instruments.
Personally, I like the Clash. I still play them now.
Okay, I tried. I never dug the Clash, but each to their own. Each to
definitely, yeah.
Their own. So what you got for us? What you got for us, Dirty Dion? Yeah, I know. But are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm all right. You know, I just get on day to day and take the morphine and be happy.
Yes, take the morphine and be happy. Yes. Well, Dion, it's lovely to talk to you, my friend. I'm glad that you're on the mend and your voice sounds incredible. 0344 499 1000. Thank you. Well, there you go. That's a nice start to the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lovely start. Let's take a quick break. Then we're going to come in. We're going to smash the show tonight. It's Monday. We're going to smash it. This is the Late Night Alternative, where nice things happen on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
How am I sounding to you, Amy, in the studio? Because I've got we're doing this remotely. As you know, most things are being done remotely these days, listeners. So I'm at my house, Catherine is in her house, and Amy is drew the short straw and is in the studio. And we're using this little sort of computer system to broadcast. And on my screen, it gives me a star rating for the connection quality. And normally it's hovering around 4 or 5 out of 5. And tonight it's at 5 at this second, but it's dropping. It dropped to 1 for 1 point. So how is it sounding?
It's sounding all right to me. So it might just be your end.
And then I just didn't hear a word that you said. As long as it's sounding all right to you, we can get on with it. It really is that simple. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. How you doing, Boyley?
I'm all right.
Wagwan. Hey, no. Let us not skip over the great news of the day.
Well, I mean, I'm still waiting for something to go horribly wrong because it's all finally. I think I've done it.
You are an independent artist.
Turns out.
This is great news. Go and tell the boys and girls what you've been doing, because this is wonderful.
Well, people, I started painting a little bit just to pass the time, because I used to paint when I was a lot younger, and then life and kids and work and other things happened, and my concentration span disappeared, and my time to be able to sit down and do this stuff was limited, and I just forgot about it. Honestly, I just forgot about it. And then obviously I've had nothing but time recently, and so I bought myself some paints and a paintbrush and some nice paper, and just started really enjoying painting again. And I put a few things up on Instagram, and people started asking if they could buy them.
Yeah.
I thought they were just being nice. But then people were saying, no, seriously, could I buy one, or would you do a commission? I mean, I don't feel like I'm up to commissions at this point, because I'm just painting what I like, and I don't want to get too serious that it takes the enjoyment out of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I paint when I feel like it. I got an Etsy store. So you can buy them now if you like. And
Catherine Boyle Art on Etsy, and you got prints of your paintings, and I bought one. I didn't get a discount code or anything. And you sold loads today. You sold loads. It's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
I have, but I feel a bit kind of sick about it, because it's like it's out there now and it's nothing. Because what happens is it's printed to order by a different company, so I have to trust that they will do the job. But, I've done as much research on them as I can, and they seem to be good, so we can only wait and see in the next week or so.
Art on Etsy is the place to go. Amy, put your finger over that button, please. Let's go to James. Good evening, James.
Well, good evening, Ian. How are you? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Why is it so echoey, James?
Hello?
Why is it so echoey?
Oh, so I've got my mic on.
Yes. Why is it so echoey, James? Have you made a phone call before? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome to give us a call tonight. I've had a mixed day. I've had a couple of really. Well, let's do the second thing that happened. So my mum is in a care home, and she's nearly 70, and she's ill, and all of this stuff. And so far, they have been coronavirus free. And then today, I got a phone call saying that. I got a phone call this morning about 10 or something, 11 maybe, saying that in Mum's wing, they had a case of coronavirus, and everything was in lockdown, and that they were going to be testing all of the residents tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And then, about literally 2 minutes later, I got another phone call when I was on the phone to my sister telling her what was going on. I got another phone call from someone else saying, it's not quite as bad as that. We have a suspected case of coronavirus in your mum's wing. It could just be a chest infection. Someone has got a cough, okay? So we have put all of the residents, they're not allowed to leave their rooms. I mean, they could if they really, really wanted to, but they are being suggested that they stay in their rooms. And as far as I'm aware, certainly my mum is following that. She probably enjoys it because there's one or two people in there that really get on her tits. I just thought about my mum's tits. That's weird.
Oh, now I'm thinking about them. Stop.
Yay. And she said that Mum has got no symptoms at the moment, and she's in very good spirits. And they have ordered tests. And I think she said the tests will come tomorrow or the day after. And I said, right, how long does it take to get the results for that? And she said, well, she said that she herself had to do a test on someone last week. I don't know when last week. And they still haven't got the results back. And she said before it was about 24 hours. And now, because every Piers Morgan is getting tests done, it's really clogging the system up for those people that really, it's important that they get tests for. I mean, if you think you're ill, you should all get tested, of course, but there are obviously certain people that are a real priority. I'll tell you what, Amy, we won't take any phone calls for a bit because I think we've got quite a lot to talk about. So we'll keep those two phone calls, but the others, we'll just let those go for a bit. And I just want to chat to my mate Boyley tonight. So that got me worried, and I had a little cry about it, and a little, got a little bit upset about it, and I have had to do what we, learn to do in recovery and stuff, is I've had to hand it over. I had to do something that we didn't mock, but I kind of argued with someone about the other day. I had a little pray today. Now, the reason I argued with the person was a couple of weeks ago is because she was praying for God to make someone well, which that's not how it works as far as I'm aware. I was praying, for my mum to be safe and stuff, but more just for me to let go of it, because there's nothing I can do. So there is handing it over, the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity, accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Well, the thing in this scenario is I can't change whether my mum has it or not. Can't change that. So I've just got to hand it over and see what happens, And I've written her off as dead twice in the past 5 or 6 years. Once when she had breast cancer, and once when she was dying of sepsis, and they told me she wasn't going to make it through the night, So I've sort of accepted her dying at some point. It would be nice to see her one more time and hold her. But there you go. Now I'm jumping forward again. This is what I do. I'm already planning the funeral. She may be fine. It may just be this person's got a cough. But I have to say, the care home that she's in, I've had problems with them a lot. They are playing, as far as I'm aware, they're playing an absolute blinder at the moment, in taking care of everybody and keeping me informed and taking precautions. But I'm nervous as hell, Kath. I'm nervous as hell. But there's nothing I can do. So I've had a restless day. So that was the second thing that happened. And the first thing was I had such a bad night's sleep because people who've been listening for a while will know that this is a fun show, okay? So we'll get to the fun stuff in a bit. But people who've been listening for a while will know that February last year, I was involved in a really horrible car crash. It wasn't my fault, but it was horrific, and I can't even really talk about it now. There's only 3 people who I've gone into detail with about it. That's Kath, my therapist, and the police. They're the only ones I've told exactly what happened. And just recently, I've had a couple of letters from solicitors fishing. One solicitor wanted me to pay damages towards getting the road repaired. What? And this crash wasn't even my fault. I'm like, what? And then one was from the police saying a solicitor wants to get in touch with you about this, but we can only give their details if you want us to give your details. However, if you don't want us to give your details, they can then do another way to actually get your details. And I burnt that letter because it was just such bad juju. And every time I get one of these letters, it just brings it all back. And I find it very, very upsetting. And then Sunday night, 11 o'clock, Sunday night, as I was going to bed, I checked my emails, and there was an email from someone who was at the scene of the accident. The young woman who basically saved this guy's life. Brought him back to life, because he died as I was holding his hand, and she brought him back to life. And I instantly replied saying, "Oh my God, that's really strange that you've written, and it's nice to hear from you, and blah, 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 blah." And then as soon as I sent it, I thought, oh no. I bet that's one of the solicitors that's fishing for me. And now they've got me. And I just went into panic mode. I always struggle with Sundays anyway, and I just sunk. And I just thought, oh no, they're gonna get me. And I had such a bad night's sleep, and I kept dreaming about the crash and dreaming about, being questioned by the police and all of that stuff, and what I saw there and all of that stuff. Anyway, the young woman wrote to me a couple more times, and it turns out it actually was her. It wasn't a solicitor, and she said some really nice things about what I did, on that day to help her. She saved this guy's life, right? She's a young mum. She had a kid that was a month old, and she saved a guy's life. And I kind of stood there going, I don't know what to do. And she said some really, really nice things. And it's just, oh God, it's just brought it all back. And I don't know how it makes. I feel a lot of guilt and a lot of shame and a lot of sadness. And someone was paralysed from the neck down, and as a result of that accident, and it was. And so to hear this nice thing from this very lovely human being, very kind stuff, and she's having her own. I don't want to give away any confidences, but it would appear that she has her own issues around what happened, and I think PTSD would perhaps be a good description of what she's certainly going through, and it's just been a real, those things were within 12 hours of each other at a time when I wasn't feeling that great anyway. It was both a real kick to the nuts, Kath. And today's just been, I went back to bed twice. It's just been, so I don't know. The point I'm trying to get to isn't life strange? Catherine and I had decided over the weekend before these things happened that next week we're going to take Monday and Tuesday off. Just have a little breather, because we are loving doing this show, and I see we're going to speak to Alistair in a minute. Alistair's hopefully got some good news for us, and we are loving doing this show, but it is more emotionally draining now than it has been, and it's partly because we are also going through the lockdown and the weirdness of a global pandemic, and both of us are very concerned about our mothers for various different reasons. So and our kids. So we're going through everything we are going through a lot of the things that a lot of you are going through. There will be different, slightly different versions of it, but so we're going through that, and we are also having the added. I was going to say burden. Burden is not quite the right word. We are also having the added thing, let's just call it thing, of people very kindly sharing their weights and their stories and their things that are happening with them. So it's not quite like we're getting double, but it feels like we've got our worries and a little bit more. Does that sound fair, Kath? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, and I thought I was riding the wave okay until last night when I was watching something that was particularly kind of emotional and designed to sort of provoke an emotion, and I was in bits and I was crying about what's going on here, what's going on generally, people that I miss, people that I've lost, all that stuff that you carry around and you kind of get used to it. Because grief, you never get over losing someone, do you? You just sort of get used to that feeling. It crept up on me last night, and I thought, okay, yeah, maybe I do need to let up on myself a little bit.
So we're going to take Monday and Tuesday off next week, and probably do nothing. Probably text each other and go, we should be doing the show. Might play some video games. Might have, probably won't be able to have an early night. I don't know, but so that's our plan. How are you doing, dear listener? How are you doing? This is day 362 of lockdown. I can see a lot of people on Facebook and a few posts getting a bit more restless about this. I'm not. I'm happy to play my part and to stay indoors, and it doesn't make me. Here we go. My friend Caroline Boyce. She's her husband was Tommy Boyce, who wrote a lot of the Monkey songs, and she posted a really nice thing on her Facebook today. First of all, I wear a mask in public, not for me, but for you. She lives in America, where things are slightly different. I don't live in fear of the virus. I just want to be part of the solution, not the problem. I don't feel like the government is controlling me. I feel like I'm being a contributing adult to society, and I want to teach others the same.
Yeah.
And that's it. Wearing a mask doesn't make me weak, scared, stupid, or even controlled. It makes me considerate. And that's it. I don't feel like the government is controlling me. I feel like that by staying at home, I am being an adult and I'm contributing to society. A few people I've seen saying, we're losing our civil liberties. Do you know what? We're not. By staying in, we're kind of protecting our civil liberties for the future. I believe, here's what I believe. I believe there is a global pandemic. I believe it originated in China. I am open to persuasion I believe that this is a natural condition, but that it perhaps may have been extracted from a laboratory or not. I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting the evidence on that. And I believe that it kills people, and that at the moment we don't really know how it works or who is going to be badly affected by it or not. It would appear to be a little bit random. So if staying indoors saves lives, then I'm happy to do that. I'm bored of it, but I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, I feel more responsibility to look after everyone else in the hope that they will do the same thing and I'll be encapsulated in that than I feel the need to go out somewhere. My neighbour is still going out, and she had the grandkids over again today.
Oh, and
I don't want to be that guy, but they walk past and I'm thinking, man...
You don't have to be that guy. You don't have to be that guy. The neighbour turning on neighbour thing is not particularly healthy.
No.
Yeah, them doing it is selfish and is putting society at risk. It's such a fine line, isn't it? It's such a fine line.
And also, I don't know what their particular arrangements are, so I'm going to mind my own business. But I can't help feeling a pang of something when I can't see my parents and I'm staying away from doing things that I could do, and it seems that they're carrying on as normal. It seems that way, but then again, this is what happens. This is why people become nosy neighbours. If you're stuck in all the time, all you've got to do is look out the window and ruminate on what everyone else is getting up to, and I don't want to be that person.
Let's take a quick break, then we're going to speak to Alistair, who hopefully, I pray to God, has got some great news for us. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10, with Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Let's go. Let's see. Alistair, man, how you doing?
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Catherine.
Good evening, Alistair.
Great to be speaking to you tonight.
Talk to us.
And to celebrate my sobriety.
Go on, tell me what you got. Tell me what you got.
Well, I suppose I'll have a chip when I go into a physical meeting. But
what is today for the casual listener? What is today for you?
It's an absolutely wonderful day. The end. Well, no, it's not the end. It's the start of a beautiful journey for me, because before a year ago today, before that, I was on drinking a bottle of whiskey a day, and had no idea how I was going to get out of that, and thought I was either going to kill myself or end up in prison. But no, this year has been absolutely wonderful. I again thank you and Catherine for nudging me in the right direction. I thank all some of the other listeners who've tweeted me messages of love and support. That's been wonderful.
You're a year today.
Year today, and I consider myself.
Yes, man. Oh, hang on. Yes, that's all I've got. Oh no, hang on. Here we go. Bring it. Yeah. Oh, it's not really a very celebratory. All I've got to celebrate is Alistair.
So
I got
good.
tears in my eyes. Man. Seriously, this is the best. Your transformation is an inspiration. I might as well finish the sentence. Across the nation. I didn't mean it to go like that, but what the hell? In for a penny. It's inspiring because we, a year and a day ago and a bit further, we got to meet the occasionally sober Alistair, and we also got to meet the other guy. And it was painful to hear sober Alistair wanting to get out and wanting to escape and wanting to be free. And the last year of you calling in, I think it's the last 9 months or something, because you gave us a few months' grace. It is beautiful, Alistair. It is beautiful. And you are a great human being, and you have taught me a lot. I'm welling up here. Look, you have taught me a lot about my sobriety and about humility and about making amends, and I thank you for that, my friend. I thank you for that.
Thanks, Ian. But I mean, the other thing is me being allowed on the show to talk over this last year. That's kind of been part of my recovery as well, because you've given me the opportunity to express myself extremely well, and. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my friends on an AA Zoom meeting tonight, and the other thing is, very importantly, is this last year I've been able to take responsibility for the other things in my life that were dragging me down. And I realised that it's no good blaming my childhood or blaming this, that, or the other. What you do is you take it full on. You take on that challenge, and then you seek solutions, and that's the way of going forward.
I love you, man. That's as simple as that. This is...
Can I say something? The number of times people have phoned in and you've been on hand like a little guardian angel is incredible. I think you've made a real difference, not only to your lives, not only to Ian's, and I know that, he's taken a lot of inspiration from what you've been through. But there are people listening to this that will never phone in, that hear something in you and find strength and comfort and hope in your story. So thank you for always being so honest and, for being willing to help other people in a similar situation. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. Thank you.
Yeah, I refound my honesty. As soon as I became sober, refound it, and it's one of the best things in the world, to be honest.
Well done, mate. Well done. I think you're allowed. Aren't you allowed like a a light ale or something on a year? Alistair, you take care of yourself, mate, and you be very proud of yourself, and we all are. Thank you. 0344 up your bum. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let's see where we go with these. Let's go to Adam. Good evening, Adam.
Hello there, Ian. How's it going? Can you hear me?
I'm not going to hear you for much longer, am I, Adam?
Well, I don't know. I was just going to say, big up Alistair for giving up drinking. I think that's really good. I've done the same thing myself, and it is very empowering to take control of, your own life and your own body. It's good. You think better. You think more clearly.
What can we do for you, Adam?
Well, you were talking about the coronavirus.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's. So it's been an interesting day. It's been a pretty powerful day, personally, but we've managed to get through it. Let's take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll chat some more. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very, very welcome. But remember, this isn't a political show. This is a fun show. This is a show about life. This is a show that celebrates, that embraces, that is about bringing joy and stuff. And I'm really keen. I'm so weird. I had cheese again, Kath. I had cheese again.
Oh, what are you doing to yourself, Matt?
I had cheese again. I'm not really eating today, and I had some cheese. This is not the show for intense political debate. This is a show for saying who's your favourite Beatle. This is what this show is. This is what this show is all about. And I'm aware that isn't for everybody, and that's fine. If the show isn't for you, there are shows in so many other places where you can go on and make your political points. This isn't really the show. This is a show for dicking about and me pulling Catherine's pigtails and her kicking me in the ghoulies and telling teacher. That's what it is. Oh, I found an incredible show at the weekend, Kath. I found an incredible show on Netflix, and it turns out it's only 6 episodes long. They're all quite short. And halfway through the first episode, as I realised I was enjoying it, I thought, what am I watching this for? Because this will end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And they won't be making TV dramas for another 2 years, at least. So what is the point of me watching this? But I did watch it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a Belgium, it's from Belgium, and it's a Belgium show called Into the Night, right? And here's the thing. It's Lost, divided by day 5, multiplied by The Walking Dead. It's a joy. Short pitch, and this happens in the first 5 minutes, so there's no real spoilers. A guy hijacks an airplane and says that they have to fly away from the sun as the sun is killing everybody.
Oh,
it is really good. 6 episodes. So the problem with Lost is A, the ending was pony, but B, the seasons were like 22, 23 episodes long. So there was a lot of, a lot of, filler episodes, really. But in this, 6 episodes, and they're about 38 minutes each. There's no room for filler. It's a real joy. And what's great as well, what's exciting about it is it's in French, it's in Dutch, it's in Polish, it's in Turkish, it's in English. It's wonderful. Really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly recommend it. That's my top tip. Yeah, my top tip.
I thought we'd completed Netflix ages ago and there was nothing worth watching. And there was no point embarking on anything.
They snuck it in. They snuck it in, Kath. Never sneak it in. Good evening, Fran.
Hello. Yeah, I never caught the end of Lost in the end.
It was rubbish.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
It was a real waste of everybody's lives, although I got paid money to watch it and flew to Hawaii twice, so I did okay.
Oh, can't be bad. I was just ringing up to, it was something Kath was saying, and it's my next door neighbour.
Oh, yeah.
At the moment, she's got to be mid-70s, and even though she's got COPD and asthma, still, and she's got a really bad cough at the moment, she shouldn't be going out. She still is going out, but she's been quite... It's quite a shame, really, because she rings me most days, and her mobile phone wasn't working, so I said, I'll put it in a bag and I'll sort it out. She got a new SIM card, so I sorted it for her, and then the next day, it's not working, and then the next day it was, my laptop's not working. Can you come round and help? And then the next day, my iPad's not working. And it went on, was it today the car wasn't working, yesterday the telly wasn't working.
She's lonely.
And it's one of those things, what do you do?
You don't go round. I'm not telling you what to do. My suggestion would be, I can't come around. A thing like an iPad or a laptop, I'd say, yeah, sure, if you leave it on the back step, and then go in.
No, that's what I did.
Brilliant.
But I'm having to lock my back gate, but she still keeps trying to get in. And it's it just made me, when Kath was talking about it, think, and today I was doing some stuff in the garden, and she was out the window saying, you can have my bin and you can do it. And I just feel this sort of desperation coming from her, that she's very...
Couple of questions. Lonely. Go on, sorry, she's very... Okay. I interrupt you. Go on, she's very what?
She's very lonely, and of course, but I just don't think she gets it.
I'm going to ask a question. How do I phrase this? My question... all right, the question was going to be, and I'll ask it like this, because we all know what this means, even though it might sound a little bit rude. Is she all there? That's the question that was in my head, and I couldn't find a more polite way to put it. Is she all there? Do you think maybe she's suffering from beginning of dementia or something that might be confusing her? There you go.
Yeah, do you know, I didn't think that before lockdown, but actually I see it a bit more now. Then could that be because of the situation and because she is just not getting out there and talking, so
could be.
It's just made worse.
Has she got any family that you could speak to?
No, I don't know them. She's lost 2 husbands. She doesn't have any children. She has a sister that lives probably about 40 miles away. But I've only lived here for about a year, so I don't know them. She's big in the community with a church that's about 4 miles away, so I'm sure she's pestering other people. I don't think, and I don't mean pester, I mean it in the night.
No, I know what you mean. That's interesting you say the church. Would you feel comfortable ringing the local vicar and explaining the situation?
Yeah, I could do, actually. I haven't thought about that, but she's probably called him as well. I think she probably does. But I don't know, when you think people that are that age, they've got the internet and they've got the television and they've got and I do think things are going wrong. I don't think, it's not that they're going wrong, but she can't work it, and usually she'd be able to. And you think, God, if you haven't got any of that, turn the wireless on.
Yeah, well, because there's only crap like this on. It's a real worry, isn't it, Fran? Because you sound like a good person that wants to do the right thing, and we got
fish and chips the other day, and we left that on the door. And if we do a roast, we always cut her an extra portion, and take her some. But I just find that she's getting a little bit, just losing him, and it's a shame. I think that's what they are talking about, that sort of age group of people, and the mental health around that age group. We're all, it's bad enough for our age, but I just don't think, I don't know.
Listen, look after yourself. Look after yourself.
I do. I try.
And
you look after yourself too.
No, but also, you are allowed to step back from her requests. And I don't mean tell her to F off and you never go around there again. I mean, you don't... Oh, hang on, I've unplugged my bloody thing. I can't hear anything. Hang on. Oh, dear.
What he's saying is do the neighbourly version of unplugging yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to go around there every single day, and you don't have to respond to every single request. That doesn't make you a bad person. The fact that you're considering her and taking food there, and like I do with Betty, I've got a shop coming tomorrow, and she's asked for a few things, so I've put those in the delivery, not a problem at all. And I pop round every sort of second or third day, and have a little chat with her. It sounds like you're doing an amazing job. You can take a little step back a bit and not feel bad about it.
But do you think I should explain to her that it's not, or just...
Yeah, tell her.
To say, come on, this is the situation at the moment, and I don't mean... Anyway, I don't know. You don't know her, and I don't know her that well. But, it's just... I just feel sorry for her.
Yeah, well, you're a good person, Fran, and we should have more people like you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks,
bye.
Fran. Take care. Bye-bye. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome to. It's tough, isn't it, Boyley? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And everyone needs something, don't they? Everyone's sitting at home thinking, especially people who are living on their own, and I can imagine being older anyway. You don't want to feel forgotten about. It must be frightening. But at the same time, everyone's doing their bit for their own little bubble, aren't they? It's a tricky one. It's a really tricky one.
Hey, our youngest kids have become friends on bloody Animal Crossing. Tom Nook. I know more about it. It really is not my cup of tea, that game. I know more about Animal Crossing than... we don't need that one, thank you, Amy. I've got a list. That one's on the list. I can see it's on a list. I know more about Animal Crossing than I would ever want to know about that bloody computer game. It's
sometimes
just relentless.
I have to jog myself and go, these people are not real, because I'll get little and saying, oh, Pashmina's not well today, and I'm thinking, who's Pashmina? Which of these kids is Pashmina? What a funny name. Oh, hang on a minute, it's the flipping goat.
I had my youngest phone up saying, Daddy, I've got some good news. Oh yeah, three. I'm getting 3 new villagers soon. I went and met like a lion and a cat and a cow, and they're going to move to my island. I was like, whoa, wicked.
But my youngest sorted yours out with a toaster the other day, didn't she? A toaster and a new top, I think.
Yes, she gave him some the gifts. They're very excited. Their first island meetup. And then, so my little boy, my 8-year-old, is in Catherine's 8-year-old's house in this video game. And then she turned the lights off. And he ran out and he said to me, whoa, she's just turned the lights off. I'm out of here. And he just ran out.
Meanwhile, so I stick my head over the banister and say, have you just turned the lights out on him? And she went, yeah, but he'd gone. I went, he hadn't gone. You've just scared the whatnots off him.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Anyway, but they are getting on really great, and it's such a nice thing.
Let's go to Gatford.
Hey, hello, Ian.
Hey, Gatford fans. This is press record and play now. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine.
Both of them, and hi, Mum. How was the roast dinner yesterday, Ian?
I had a roast dinner from a local pub. Do you know what? It was beautiful. Really beautiful. Thick beef. Lovely. Great. It was great. I made a mistake of having a cheese sandwich too near to it. I thought 2.5 hours would... Yeah, I did ruin it a bit. I thought 2.5 hours would be plenty digestion time, and it wasn't. So I had 3/4 of the roast. Then I put some tin foil over it and put it in the fridge, went for a doze, and then came back and finished the roast. How was yours?
Oh, let's compare. So beef, 2 thick slices,
4 thick slices, yeah.
Oh, damn it. Yeah. I had 6 roast potatoes.
I asked for extra roasties. I had 9, yep.
Oh, okay. 5 or 6, I can't honestly remember, roast parsnips.
Oh, I don't know how many parsnips, but I could always do with more parsnips. Next time, it's extra parsnips.
Roasted carrot.
Roasted carrot, yeah.
Yeah. Yorkshire pudding.
Oh no, hang on a minute. That by harsh. We can keep that message up, Jamie. That's a relevant reference to a show I made. Yeah, 1 big fat Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, so good. Broccoli.
No broccoli. I had some greens, but no broccoli. No broccoli.
Cabbage, and
cabbage, yeah.
Normal cauliflower.
Cauliflower cheese, mate.
I had cauliflower cheese and all.
I think you won.
Yep. And I had a load of half. No, you guys, you don't have to. Everyone is. Hang on a minute. I wonder if I can find it. I don't think I've got it on my computer anymore. Let me just see. On the YouTube channel.
The thing about beef is a reference. It's an in-joke. It's fine.
I wonder if I've got it. Hang on. I wonder if this is it. Hang on a minute. No. Can someone send me the link? It's a reference to a very funny phone call that mentions beef. Hang on a second, Gatford. Let me just see if I can find it. Because it might be here. Anchovy. Oh, here we go. I got it. It's a reference to this. This was a phone-in, a text to a local radio show a few years ago. This is what what everyone's referencing on YouTube.
Oh, hang on. We just had a text message here. My name is Margaret, and I have a lovely pair of thick beef curtains.
No, you make curtains out of beef. I think you've got.
And I'm looking for another pair for my spare room. Has anyone got a pair for sale? Thick beef curtains. Am I missing something here?
Is that for midnight snacks?
Midnight snacks.
It could be beige.
It could be beige. Could that, Margaret? It could be some innuendo here that I'm not reading in, which I should understand. It could be, I don't know.
Is she a butcher's wife, do you think?
I have no idea. Margaret, you give us a call. You're on 080, your last three digits. Give us a call. Come on here, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Perhaps it's an old-fashioned design.
It's the oldest design, the second oldest design. So people, the mods are doing a great job, but that is a reference to that. I love that clip so much.
That is a prank call worth doing, right? Because you're subverting something.
Yeah,
you are.
And it's funny. Yeah. For those, listen, I had a few people asking where I got my roasts from. Right? I can cook a roast, but it's a faff, and if I'm on my own, there's not really much point. Go to your local Facebook group and just ask, are there any pubs that are delivering or allowing you to collect roast dinners? My one is just a little bit too far for them to do. It's a 7-minute drive, but I'm just out of their delivery, so I collect, and it works beautifully. I have to kind of order it on like a Wednesday or Thursday because the roasts sell out, and I get a time that I go and collect it, and I go over there and I wait in the car park. Someone comes out, puts it on a little table. They step back. I go and collect it. It's wonderful, and it's a really good roast.
I think
really
I win
good
then because A, I followed your advice.
Yeah.
But B, I ordered mine on the Sunday.
No.
And C, it got delivered in containers to my door with social distancing.
Can I swoop in and take the prize though? Because I had all that, Gatford, plus a free drink and a free pudding.
Oh my
So
God!
Yeah, fair enough. You win.
She wins. Gatford, lovely to talk
enough.
to you, my friend, and I'm glad you enjoyed your roast. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you mentioned YouTube. I mentioned YouTube. You can watch the show tonight if you go to youtube.com/Iain Lee. Do click the like button. Do click subscribe if you're enjoying it. Otherwise, you can listen to us Mondays to Fridays between 10 and 1 on DAB. You can download the Talk Radio app, or you can go to talkradio.co.uk. This is the late night alternative. It's called that for a reason. It's because this show is dumb and is stupid, and there's an alternative to everything else that is out there right now. Weeknights from 10, Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
That's some song, isn't it, Kath? Do you know who that is?
Supremes, isn't it?
It's the. I'd not heard that. It's the Supremes songs Diana Ross. Again, it popped up in this playlist that I got made for me by Spotify. The thing is, I've not really listened to that much variety on Spotify. I've listened to some bits and pieces. So they've picked some. The algorithm is working. I mean, there's some crap on there.
Yeah,
but I mean, there's Morrissey on there. But that.
We used to like him.
Yeah, it's a silly song. I thought I listened to it. It's Jonathan King's on there as well. It is Wedding Bell Blues.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's quite nice. Then it goes really cheesy. It's really, really cheesy. This was a good one. This was a good one. I'd never heard of this. I bet Cleo will know this. Where is it gone? Where is it? The specials. No, not the specials. Not that. Where is it gone? It was a really, really good little tune. Hang on a minute. Let me just go through. Oh, here we go. This. Do you know this song? This is brilliant. Oh. All I've got is a single bed. Great.
What's that? The mini pops? I mean, I like the dirty bass line, but
I can't work out if she's being sexy or if she's saying, "Come, we've got a single bed, so we're going to have to do it," or "We've got a single bed, so you're going to have to sleep on the floor." I can't work out what was going on. It's a great little song. Nigel. Good evening, Nigel.
Oh, good evening. Hello, Ian. Hi.
Hey, Nigel, how you doing? You all right?
Not too bad, thanks. It's been quite hot this afternoon, wasn't it?
It has been quite hot, hasn't it? Yes.
Have you been in the garden at all?
I went for a walk this evening. It dawned on me. I haven't been out for a walk for a long, long time. So I went for a little walk and listened to a podcast. It was nice.
But on headphones, or?
On headphones, yes.
Yes, like the same sort of headphones you have with the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on the phone, wasn't it? It was on the phone.
It was.
The podcasts are on the phone, aren't they?
Yeah, going into real detail about how I listen to a podcast. Yes, the podcast was on the phone,
my phone is just an ordinary phone. It's not internet on it as well. It's just just phone.
Mine has the power to download podcasts and things.
But I have got one that can do that, but it's too big to go in my pocket.
Yep.
I've got a nice tiny little to go in my pocket. I'll do a coronavirus jingle in a minute if you want.
Okay, yes.
I've got one lined up in my head. Michael, my brother, wants me to say hi to my brother Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Give him a mention.
Big up yourself, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael. Look after your brother, please, Michael. Maybe, maybe pull your finger out, Michael, and look after your brother, Michael.
Oh, he's been good. He was good to me earlier. He's quite friendly. We had a long chat for about 10 minutes.
Okay. As long as you're happy, Michael, with Nigel living on his own, Michael.
No, I'm not. I made a new girlfriend today.
Yeah.
From Singapore. She's got her own flat in Tunbridge, and single, around about 40, she said she was. And she wants to get an aeroplane to visit her parents, but she can't go at the moment, of course.
She can't afford it?
No, she can afford it, but she can't go because there's no planes going to Singapore.
Good. That's the way it should be.
And she's got a bag packed and everything.
It's upsetting, but it's the way it should be, yeah. Yeah.
Shame, isn't it, really? But she goes a couple of months a year to see her parents. But she works in London, from Tunbridge to London by train.
Gosh.
Quite good, isn't it, really?
How did you meet her?
Well, I was sitting about 15 feet away from her on one seat, and she was on another, and I got talking about the weather, and one thing led to another. So I'm quite good at chatting up people.
Yeah, I can tell.
Anyway, so I had a good day, a good afternoon after that, really.
Brilliant. Well, that's things like that can make a real difference, can't they?
Well, it's good to have friends, isn't it?
It's good. Oh man, that's going to be the title of my autobiography. It's good to have friends. It's good to have friends. That's a great. Let me write that down. I'm going to write a song like that.
It's good to have friends. It's good to have friends. You should watch Friends on the TV. Okay. It's good to have friends. It's good to have friends. Watch the famous TV show.
Okay.
Straight in with the zeitgeist.
I don't need to write that song. It's already been. It's already been written.
I've forgotten it now. Anyway, I'll do coronavirus jingle. Can you record this, do you think?
Yes, we can. Amy, can you put in a blank cassette into the cassette player? Press record
you've only
and play.
Done one so far.
We've got two of yours. I've got two of your coronavirus songs. I also
you only
know
put
that
one up, didn't you?
On YouTube, yeah. I don't know if I'll put this up on YouTube. I don't know if I can be bothered, but I do know that a top DJ is remixing your first coronavirus song.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That's good. Is it DJ, the one that I worked with before?
It's DJ, the one that you worked with before. Although I think he needs to change his name. It's just not that catchy. It's just not that catchy.
What, my song?
No, DJ, the one that I used to work with before. It's not as names go.
Yes. Good one. But because he put together the Miley Cyrus one, didn't he, as well?
Yep.
With you as the band.
Yeah. So right, let's hear this. Let's hear this. Let's hear this song, young Nigel.
It's the coronavirus, stay indoors today. It's the coronavirus, you mustn't go outside today. People have told you to stay in, you must stay in all the time. It's the coronavirus, stay in, watch TV. And have a lunch or two and a drink or two. It's the coronavirus, stay indoors all day. It's the coronavirus, stay indoors all day. It will be nice when we can go out and enjoy the pups and the cats too. I would like to go out to go out cycling too. It's the coronavirus. Stay indoors and be safe.
Well done, Nigel. And how are you doing? You got food and stuff? You fed? You well? You're clean?
Yes, I'm organised, but I go shopping once a day, I must admit.
Is there any chance you could not go every day, and that maybe you could go every third day?
Well, yeah, I like to take one time, really.
I know, but as you said, as the lyrics of the song say, it's not really safe to go out. So if we can limit, I mean, I had to go out today.
Even my girlfriend was wearing a mask today as well. Yeah.
Yep. But if you could maybe, instead of going out every day, if you went out, say you went out on a Monday, say you didn't go out until a Thursday, that would make things a lot safer.
If I could find something else to do, yeah.
It's really not safe.
The fresh air is what I used to having.
Well, you can go out for a walk and stuff, but it's going shopping every day.
Yeah. Well,
it's going shopping every day that is putting you at risk.
Well, when I go into a shopping like in Tunbridge, there's no one there at all. It's completely empty.
Okay, I'll just say it one more time. Nigel, let me just say this one more time, and then you can do with this what you want. But I have to say it because I'm a concerned human being.
Yes.
It is going shopping every day that is putting you at risk, and if you could find a way to have 2 days at least in between each shop, that would make you safer. I've said it, and it's up to you what you do with that. You think about it. All right, Nigel. Thank you, mate. Take care. Bye bye. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I had to go out today. I had to go and collect a prescription that I'd ordered. I had to order it 10 days ago because everything was slower. So I went to Prince's Risborough, which is where I get my prescriptions. They've got 4 chemists there. Isn't that funny? And I was a little bit... I had the apprehension, I think, that you had when you went shopping, Catherine.
Yeah.
But it was all right. It was all right. I went in, there was no one else in there. They've got screens up now arrows on the floor, 2 metre marks. They've got screens up between you and the staff, and had a nice chat with the young woman that was there. She was a mum, and I think she had 3 kids, and we were talking about kids and coping with it during that. And it was, but then the funny thing was I noticed the banks were open. I didn't know that banks were open during this. And I had a cheque that's been burning a hole in my pocket since November, and I'm getting very, very close to it being invalid. Why do we say invalid and not invalid?
Isn't
it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's one of them weird things, I think.
So I went into the bank, and they got plastic screens between you and the staff. That's a joke. They've always had them. And I paid a check-in, and I said, I'm surprised that you're open. She says, oh, yeah, we've been open for ages. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. And that was it. And I had a little sort of, slow drive around, and there were quite a few people there. It's a weird old time, isn't it? I mean, I don't think it will ever go back to how it was 6 months ago.
I can't see it, but I also noticed that there has been a shift in tone over the last couple of days, where before we were being praised for staying in and doing our bit, and now it's, people are going to be too scared. They're not calling it being cautious or listening to the advice. They're calling it coronaphobia. People won't go back to work when they're allowed to because of coronaphobia. And I think in my case, it's more to do with the fact that the advice we're given keeps shifting, so I'm going to wait till some consistency comes in before I make a decision about my safety and that of those people that I will have contact with. It's a really weird time, and I think it's becoming more obvious that, we were exposed to more risk than necessary at the beginning of this, so I'm going to wait, like I say, until there's a bit of consistency before I make some decisions.
0344 499 1000. Let me play another bit of music that Spotify recommended to me earlier on today. Listen to this, man. This is just incredible. Oh, hang on, I've got a loose cable. Oh, come here. There we go. What's going on? I've got loose cables. Hang on a minute, Catherine. Let me fix my loose cables. It's good to do this now.
Please, I wish you would.
It's good to do it now, so at the start of the next hour... There we go. Isn't that great? That's Floyd Kramer. That's great. Floyd Kramer was this old dude in the 60s, and he would do like instrumental albums of the Beatles' greatest hits. There's a Monkees one, and he would do these, the Floyd Kramer plays the hits of the Beatles, and then he does stuff like this.
Is that a Hammond organ?
I believe it could be. Let's hang on, bear with me, Paula. Bear with me, caller. Here we go. His.
Jambalaya?
Yes, mate, of course it's jambalaya. I now can't find him doing any Beatles or Monkeys songs, and that's what I've sold. Hang on, bear with me, caller, bear with me. Bear with me, caller. That's right, caller, you don't want to speak to Mr. Jones? OK, just putting you on hold. I can't find the Beatles. Maybe I imagined the Beatles, but just hang on 1 second.
I didn't imagine it.
This is great. Let's play that honky tonk piano. I reckon I could probably play this level of piano. I think I
Really?
could. I think I could do this level of piano. Hang on. Yeah, I could do that. Oh well, now we got a party going. 0344 499 1000. Catherine, what have you brought for us this evening? The show is starting to take off now. What goods? What delights? What do you have for us, please, Ms. Boyle?
A lot of people amusing themselves by buying things online at the moment, and one woman in America got more than she bargained for, like a lot more than she bargained for. It's from the New York Post, but this person was in Dubai, ordered some fake Apple AirPods on Amazon in March, and was stunned when she opened the package to find that they are bigger than her head. They're massive.
What the earplugs thing are bigger than
massive.
her head?
Yes.
Oh God, I want them.
I know, they look great. I got the I don't know where you stick them. I got the AirPods from Amazon last month, said Elise in a Twitter post last week. I knew they were fake because Amazon sells weird stuff and it wasn't expensive. I was shocked, I'm not going to lie, but we move on. She said that she spent the equivalent of $62 for the fake AirPods, which normally retail for more than 3 times that price. Her post, which features a photo of the giant AirPods, received more than 72,000 retweets. Most of you are saying it's a hairdryer, but I say it's ear dryer, she said comically. That's the end of the story. It was just flipping massive. Let me try and find it and I'll retweet it.
Wowzers. Let's try. Amy, just hover, Amy. Just hover. You know what to do. Let's go to line 3. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Oh, hi. Is that you, Ian?
Who's that?
Hi. Oh, hello, it's Bob. You were talking about Floyd Kramer.
Oh, we're playing Floyd Kramer right now, Bob.
Right, now, do you know his... I think he had one hit. Do you know what it was?
No, I don't know. What was it?
Right, On the Rebound. Look it up. On the Rebound.
Right, hang on a minute.
You will know it.
All right, let's have a little look. Here we go. We've got Floyd Kramer, On the Rebound. I'm enjoying this little... Here we go. Yeah. Oh! Yes, man! You know this, don't you, Boyley?
Yeah, I do.
This is... Now, someone mentioned this used to be the theme tune for Pete Murray back on LBC in the 80s. You know what? We're reclaiming this, Catherine. We are reclaiming this.
Can I object slightly?
Go.
A guy I replaced on 3 Counties Radio had that as his. And let's just say his fans were not welcoming to a 20-something woman taking over from a 60-odd-year-old bloke. You know
in that case, it's gone. In that case, it is gone, and it's replaced by this barnstormer. No, it's not. I didn't know he'd had an actual hit.
That's right. I also tweeted you a little while ago about Fox and Single Bed. You played it a little while ago?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Fox was actually a lady called Nusha Fox. That's Noosha Fox. Yeah. And she was the sexiest woman on the planet at the time.
Wowzers. Spell her name, Nusha Fox.
Nusha, N-N-O-O-S-H-A.
Nusha.
N-O-O. Okay, let's have a little look. Let's have a look. I'll be the judge of this.
Well.
No, I can see that. Some people are telling me she's like, her son is famous, but I don't quite see who.
I don't know. I don't know that. No.
All right. Well, Fox, the fox hunt continues. Thank you for that, Bob.
No, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
A great show.
Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. Let us go to Barry from Watford.
Good evening, guys.
We're having a little Floyd Kramer swing along honky tonk party.
I am loving it, and when the moment it turned into that honky tonk party, I thought that's the cue for the big guns to phone in like me. It's party time, isn't it?
I tell you what, Barry, we had such fun on Friday.
Yes.
With Angelos Epithemiou.
Yes.
We had to cut him off after 40 minutes just because we couldn't breathe, because we were laughing so much, constant laughter. It was everything he said was funny. He was doing critiques of people phoning in and were asking him questions and playing
every
songs.
now and again I keep remembering what he said and I burst out laughing and people think I'm going bonkers.
It was the funniest thing. We were expecting you to join in, but that's fine. It was the funniest thing. He was superb. He really kept everyone's spirits up. We have invited him to be the Keep Your Spirits Up special, Barry, and we're probably going to have to let you go, mate. You're being furloughed.
I can't do that to me, can you?
Yeah, we're going to have to furlough you because
I'm out of my ear.
Yeah, but don't worry, the government will still pay you 80% of whatever it was you were getting paid by us.
Well, I don't know what my Dave's going to say that.
It was so funny, Barry, honestly. Kath, the fella that phoned in from the boat, and he was talking about his... Then Angelos did a song about wrestlers. It was incredible.
Dave all had something to say about this.
Your Dave won't be allowed out because of the quarantine, mate, so he can't actually get me.
He'll give you a spank right on your bugle, mate.
Well, I will report... First of all, he can't come within 2 metres of me because of social distancing.
Yeah.
And secondly, if he does, I know karate now. I'm a karate man, and I'll kick the karate crap out of him.
Well, he done Wing Chun. He done a Wing Chun. He'll do a Wing Chun on you, mate.
Yeah, well, I know karateka black belt, karateka, from my sensei. My Sifu and my sensei have taught me in the dojo.
Well, my one will do a one slung low on you, my Dave will. He'll sling a slung on you, mate.
He'll do what, sorry?
He'll do a one kung fu sling slung on you, mate.
Okay, well, I'll get cream of some young guy and throw it in his face.
Who's your Nikobolikov? That's what he'll do on you, the Russian version. And who's your Nikobolikov, you, mate? He'll do a 100 hand spank. That's what he'll do on you, mate.
It all sounds very unpleasant, guys. Isn't there a more peaceful way to settle this?
There is, actually. I'm going to do the one finger wriggle. Right up his bumhole. The one finger wriggle, touch of death up his bumhole.
That is not... The Geneva Convention will not allow you to stick a digit anywhere near that. When he's going to bend you over and look straight into the new year and kick you right up there. He'll gooch you, mate. He'll gooch you.
I'm going to shank him.
I'll lamb shank you, mate. That's what I'll do.
I'm going to get his taint and I'm going to send it into post-coronavirus vaccine hell.
I'm going to get your plinky plonk and I'm going to turn it inside out.
Right, no one's doing anything to anyone's plinky plonks.
I'm going to get his ding-dong dillies and I'm going to shove them in your mouth.
I'm a ding-dong-a spangle, you, mate. A ding-dong-a-dangle. Inky-pinky ponky, farmer bought a donkey. Donkey died, farmer cried, inky-pinky ponky.
Milk, lemonade, round the corner, chocolate's made.
Oh! Chinese, Japanese, what are these dirty knees lumps of cheese?
Leave it, Ian. He ain't worth it.
Are you, Barry, can I ask you a serious question?
Yes.
Are you a Benny tied to a tree?
No.
Oh, Benny on the loose! Kath, there's a Benny on the loose!
Are you a PLP?
I might be.
Oh, you're a public leaning lamppost. Public. You're not a proper living person, the PLP.
Got you there.
I'm going to get my nunchuckers out, and I'm going to get your first eye, your second eye, your third eye, and your fourth eye.
I'm going to kick you in the brown eye, mate. That's what I'm going to do. Would you sleep with a stinky old... I don't want to say that. No. Would you take all your clothes off and go on television in the jungle in front of everyone for £1 million?
Yes.
Well, you're supposed to say no. I go, oh, you'd do it for free then, would you?
I'd do it for £1 million? Of course I would.
That was...
I'll pay my mortgage off and then some.
Okay, that was wrong of me.
Listen, can't we reach a compromise? Can't we be friends? Can't we be friends? Do you know what? I forgot myself. Forget Angelos. Forget that guy.
Forget him.
Forget that guy. You can carry on being the keep your spirits up special guy.
Oh, thanks, guys. I see myself very much as the Arthur Askew of...
Yeah, I just checked my phone and he texted me saying he couldn't do it. So, yeah, could you still carry on doing it?
Nice, isn't it? All right, I'll call off Dave.
Yeah.
He was going to bring his wing chungers to clank you round the clankers. But he's not.
Had you managed to settle this like gentlemen, like grown men?
If you can pull Dave off, that would be lovely. Thank you.
I will pull him off right now. Don't worry. Listen, I would just like to say it's been a joy being involved with this, and what a lovely review I got in the
For those who don't know, the wonderful Miranda Sawyer, who has championed this show above and beyond, wrote a really nice review about the show, right? And for some reason, I do not know how, the show is me and the show is Catherine, and that's it. And you shut up! And the callers play a little part, right? But she mentioned Barry from Watford by name, saying his meditation was a beautiful moment. And I'm thinking,
howling, because I'm funny, I'm keeping everyone's spirits up, I'm one of the leading turns, and all I want to say is, fine, mate, that's fine, and I'm happy to help you out. If the show was dying on its arse, then I've done it, and thank you. My pleasure. Dwindling in numbers, it's down, I've come and rescued it, and that's my pleasure. And thank you to the good people of The Guardian and The Observer for recognising that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Barry, it's nice to see that you're highbrow, because normally your calls are about willies and fannies and bones, and to get a little bit of highbrow from the biased left-wing media, then that must make you feel good.
Well, it does. And
good.
I did have a gentleman who got in touch with me and said I was lewd and crude. I was all feeling really good, and then he held this expression, he wet on my chips, because almost immediately, people are like, coming, I think you're lewd and crude, please stop, he said.
Yeah. Well, you told him to piss off.
Yeah, I did.
Shove it up his jacksie.
Yeah, I did. I did. So I just want to thank everyone. I'm going to.
He's doing an acceptance speech. He's doing a flipping acceptance speech because he got mentioned in our review in The Guardian.
The wonderful Steve Wright, I've worked with for a long time on radio. To all my agents, my lovely wife Margaret, who incidentally is the most beautiful woman ever. My son Dave, all right, is a psychopath. I've tried to pull him off here. And my daughter Michelle looks on everything. She's got a lot going for her. And I just want to thank you all, and thank you for listening to me. And this is the sound of Iain Lee to take us to the news. And until next time, friends. Bye-bye.
He's a cheeky old sod, isn't he?
Oh, what a knob. Let's take a break. This is Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. Someone who has given... I'm being told you can pay cheques in on a mobile phone, Catherine. Have you heard this?
I've heard this rumour. I've never tried it out. Although, last time I went to the bank, I kind of fed it into this device that read them, so I guess they have the technology.
Okay. I'm down to 1 star. No, not my Uber rating, guys. Talking about my connection quality. What's your connection?
2.
Wow.
1.
I just went down to 1 at the same time.
How strange. 2.
Isn't it? I'm still on 1. I gone up to 2. Okay, all right. Well, the connection quality may hover around 2, but the phone call quality is about to sink into the minuses. David.
Awooga.
Oh, or is it the fashion man? The fash.
I thought that was Akabuski who said awooga.
Who said that?
Akabuski.
No, Akabusi laughed. The fash said awooga.
Awooga.
Akabusi was record breakers, yeah?
Yeah, and then fash was gladiators.
Yeah, Akabusi laughed, and fash said awooga. Or maybe it's just a thing that fast men of colour say. I don't know. I just don't know. But it's the fash said it.
I've got to say, tears rolling down my cheeks at that last caller. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And on that topic...
What topic?
Wet cheeks.
You know, saucy laughs, cheeky humour. I had a hot dog for dinner. Earlier. Oh, big sausage.
You had what?
I had a hot dog for dinner earlier. Oh, big sausage.
Oh, I see. You thought that you were disappointed that Barry was getting such big laughs for what you saw as weak innuendo, so you're doing some weak innuendo to mock that. Is that have I got the length of this call correct?
No, I thought it was hilarious. Tears rolling down my cheek. I got a Chinese takeaway the other day.
The guy that put his dick inside a Hoover is being sarcastic and is judging the other calls.
A pensioner. An old man.
I got a Chinese takeaway the other day, Ian.
Yeah.
Something wrong? No, Golden Dragon.
Okay, that's actually racist.
Yeah, well.
It's actual racism.
Have you heard the horrifying news that's come out of Twitter this evening?
That Nicolas Cage is going to play Joe Exotic in a movie.
Ding dong. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Why is that horrifying? Because A, Nicolas Cage, I think, is a really good actor, and B, they sound almost identical anyway.
Well, you're wrong on the first point, but we'll skip past that.
Name a bad film he's been in.
National Book of Treasures.
Actually, I watched that with my kids and they really enjoyed it. Are you saying that my kids have got no taste?
No.
It wasn't called National Book of Treasures, but anyway.
National History Book Treasures.
No book.
You know, National Treasure.
That's it. Yep. Both 1 and 2 are great films. Next.
Well, I personally think there were better choices to play Joe Exotic, personally, but...
For whom? For whom do the bells toll?
Captain Jack Sparrow. Anybody?
You want the character, Captain Jack Sparrow, to play the real man, Joe Exotic, in a movie?
Yeah.
The character Captain Jack Sparrow, the pirate from the olden days, to play the real-life Joe Exotic in a movie.
Well, he's got all the piercings and all that, and the tattoos are there already.
Tattoos are there already? I wouldn't worry so much about the tattoos.
No, I don't think it comes down to the actor who doesn't need as many holes putting in.
All I'm saying is Captain Jack Sparrow would be a lot better as Joe Exotic than... Barry, what's his name? Brian? No,
Nicolas Cage. That's the one.
I reckon if you put the effort in, you could do a really good Nicolas Cage impression.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I reckon you could do it. Because you do good impressions. Can you do all 4 members of the Beatles for us, please?
In what order?
In the correct order. John, Paul, George and Ringo.
Okay, this is John. You ready? Hello, Ian. How are you doing? That's John.
That's good.
Paul.
Hey, peace and love. How's it? Grab pussy.
I like the fact he can only do old Paul.
I can do. I feel fine.
That's young Paul.
Is that young Paul or is that Paul with tight trousers?
Oh, I feel fine.
No.
That's Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Well, no, definitely not. Then we've got George.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't hear myself. Hang on. I can't really play. No, I've never written a good song in my life.
That's not true.
What?
Gone Troppo's a great song.
He's dire.
Gone Troppo's a great song.
Gold Troppo?
Gone Troppo.
Gone Troppo.
You don't know Gone Troppo?
Sunshine, nightlife, counting the fruit and trouble, and trouble, trouble. It's time you know I got trouble.
And you still say he's never written a good song?
I've never written a good song in my life.
Can you, right, as George Harrison, can you introduce your brand new single, and it's a world premiere, and it's called Gone Troppo?
Right. Hi, it's George Harrison here. I've never written a good song in my life, but a lot of people think that I did this song. It was good. It's called Gone Troppo.
I'm obsessed with Gone Troppo because it is such a bad song. Right, introduce it again. Talk up to the vocal.
I don't know where the vocal is.
Well, just guess.
I was in the Beatles. My name is George Harrison, and I'm in the Beatles. I've never made a good song in my life, but it's my favourite one. It really makes my nipples fizz. It's called Gone Troppo.
The heat sitting in
This is how niche this show is. The funniest thing I've been involved in the last year on here is having a ghost hunter, a sexually ambivalent ghost hunter, do a George Harrison impression and introduce the 1982 flop single Gone Troppo. Now I'm living! Now I'm living! But hang on, we're still waiting for a Ringo.
Thomas pulled into the station.
Oh, I didn't know Ringo was black.
No, he's not black. That was Thomas the Tank Engine.
Hello, Fat Controller.
No.
All right. Do me a favour. Can you do Ringo Starr introducing his legally ambiguous song, You're 16, You're Beautiful and You're Mine?
Okay. Talking up to the vocals.
I sound so miserable. Yes, please.
I don't sign anything. Yo, peace and love, it's Ringo here. Gotta say, it's my favorite song.
Nope.
No.
You haven't got much time. You've got 8 seconds when it starts. So go on, you start and I'll come in.
Okay, peace and love, guys. And this is a song about me doing a bit of nothing. Peace and love, guys. No, now.
You come on like a dream, peaches and cream, lips like strawberry wine. You're 16.
It's a song about me doing a bit of nothing. My God. Oh, do you remember when we used to have that radio show, Catherine, and then we got sued by Ringo Starr and we had to quit? Okay. All right, David. Well, I think we've... and you had the cheek to belittle the previous call. I think we are done here. How is your Twitch streaming going? Very successful, I believe.
No, audience figures dropping like flies, but that's...
There we go. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. All right, thanks, David.
Now, I'm just off to eat a nice big sweaty burger. Ooh!
Baps. You want to say Baps, surely, don't you?
Sorry, Baps. With big Baps.
Thank you. Okay, goodbye. If you want to see David on Twitch, it's the David Babcock on Twitch. The David Babcock on Twitch. Just hover, Amy. Just hover. You know me. I just can't leave well alone. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
Who is this, please?
This is John Green, the author in the United States.
Hey, John Green, the author in the United States. You've been calling for ages, my friend. How are you? I'm sorry to have kept you waiting so long.
Oh, it's all right. I've been fine. I was just about to ask you the same thing. I haven't talked to you in probably almost a year now.
Well, I think the last time you called in, you spoke to Catherine, didn't you?
I believe so. Yeah, that was quite some time ago.
That was a.
How you been?
Man. Very well. We've got lockdown, obviously, and we're stuck in our houses, and we're doing the radio show from our houses, and it's strange, scary times, but we're doing all right. How are now? Remind me where you are in the States.
Well, I just called to let you know that I finally got my book interview with Claire Perkins at Book Talk Radio in London, England.
He wants to know where you are in the States.
Oh, I'm in Florida.
Florida, okay. All right. It's a bit crazy there. Go on, tell me about this interview you've got in the UK.
Yeah, I actually got an interview with a person named Claire Perkins at Book Talk Radio in London, England.
Beautiful.
And it's all over Twitter. It's all over Facebook. It's all over. It's on Pinterest. It's all over the internet. And I right now, as I speak, I just Majestic Records just got done recording my new song called "In the Lord I Love You," and right now I'm paying on a contract to have them record another song called "When He Comes Again."
I'm not going to make any jokes. I'm sure we're all making jokes in our head, and that's fine to do, but I'm not going to make them on the air because I'm a respectful human being. So where and when can we hear these songs?
Well, right now, according to my lawyer, and until the U.S. Library of Congress finishes copywriting my song, I can't play the lyrics on the radio, or somebody can actually steal the song or take credit for the song. But it's because they're closed for the coronavirus. But as soon as they reopen, they're going to finish copywriting it, and then I can actually call you back and sing the lyrics, the same way I actually.
Well, as soon as but you've actually recorded the song, and it's all mixed and ready to go.
You wrote it. They recorded.
Yeah, I wrote it. They actually recorded it, but I'm actually waiting for the U.S. Library of Congress to finish copywriting. They were supposed to already finish copywriting it, but they didn't finish it because of the coronavirus. They actually had to shut down because of it. So I'm forced to wait however long, United States and every other country in the world has to wait until this COVID-19 restrictions are finally lifted.
And how are you finding all of the restrictions? And I don't know if you're calling it a lockdown over there, but how are you finding all of that? You and your wife.
It's like being a prisoner in your own home. The only difference is there's no bars on the windows, there's no striped suit, and I'm not over here playing a harmonica with the bros and worried about getting raped or anything.
Wowzers! Gosh, that escalated quickly.
That's a good thing, right?
Well, I'm glad you're not worried about being sexually violated in any way whatsoever. That means you're living in a safe home. These are strange times. I'm kind of happy to go along with the lockdown if it saves lives. Who knows what the right thing is, but I'm happy to do it. Listen, as soon as those lyrics have been copyrighted, you have to phone me up and you have to sing that song to us.
Okay, I definitely will. Listen, whenever you get a chance, whenever you get a chance to go on the computer or go on your cell phone, go on to Facebook and just go into that little magnifying glass that's at the top of the Facebook page and just punch in Claire Perkins and John Green, and my whole book interview with her will actually pop up on the screen. Claire? If you want to send me a friend request, my name on the Facebook is Raphael Sinclair, because I actually use Uriel Enoch Sinclair as a pen name for the Chronicles of the Ancient Wizards of Babylon for my newly published book.
He knows he got it.
All right. All right. Okay.
I just wanted to send a big, giant, social distant hug to Lee, to Ian, and to Kathy from way over here in the United States.
Our arms are open, but we are not stepping towards you. And who knows, maybe one day in the future, at some point when all this nonsense is gone, we will get to meet up properly. I would love to meet you guys. Either we come over there, you come over here. You can't stay at our houses though, and it will be really nice to meet you at some point. And as always, we are such big fans of yours, and I'm sorry we kept you on hold for so long. The phones have been a little bit weird tonight. Right. They've been playing up. So thank you for your patience. Lots of love, and I look forward to hearing that song.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to singing it to you, because I'm one of them. The first song, called "In the Lord I Love You," has already been recorded. Like I said, I'm just waiting for the U.S. Library of Congress to finish copywriting it, but I have to wait for them to reopen after they get rid of the Corona restrictions first. Right now, I'm actually paying on a contract to have them record my new song, which is called "And He Will Come Again."
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
and we're huge fans of your guys too. So
we missed you a lot there, Mike. It's been a long time since we've talked to you.
Hey, listen, I'm going to let you go because the line isn't great. Thank you so much for calling. Lots of love. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay indoors. Follow the advice of your God and your leader and whatever. Thank you, and we'll speak real soon.
Hey, yeah, send me a friend request. I'll accept it.
All right, I'm going to do it. Thank you.
Raphael Sinclair.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
0344 499 1000. Oh, they've been ringing for like the last 2 hours, Kath. I thought they were one of the... Who were the... the Fat Boys. Remember the Fat Boys? That's who I was trying to think of.
Chubby Checker and?
The Beach Boys and as well. Did you ever see the Fat Boys movie?
No, it's one I've not managed to catch.
Disorderly
Still in the cinemas,
Orderlies. Disorderly Orderlies. I think it's a remake of a Jerry Lewis movie.
Uh-huh.
And if I've got this right, it was supposed to star the Beastie Boys. Right. And then the Beastie Boys pulled out of it. Let's have a little... Maybe that's tomorrow's movie. Let's go to IMDb. Let's go and Disorderly Orderlies. I bet
I can see how it would get disorderly with the Beastie Boys, but I didn't realise the Fat Boys were so much of a handful.
Disorderly Orderlies. Disorderly. I think it's just called Disorderlies.
Disorderlies.
It gets 5. The 3 bumbling orderlies are... Oh, this looks wicked, man. 3 bumbling orderlies are hired to take care of an old rich man. Humorous mayhem follows. Helen Reddy's in it as a happy socialite. That's the only name I would recognise. Hang on a minute. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. We're going to see if we can find the trailer.
I recognise the old fella that they're pushing around.
Oh, really? I don't... Oh, yeah.
Ralph Bellamy.
Is he the guy from Police Academy?
I think he is. Let me just check.
I think I was getting blown off under the thing there.
Oh, God, it's going all the way back to the 30s.
I think I was
Pretty Woman he was in, Coming to America.
I bet he's in Police Academy.
Trading Places.
Okay. Disorderlies. Oh, full movie is on. Oh, guys. All right, here's the trailer. Here's the trailer for Disorderlies. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm on the wrong computer. Hang on. You won't be able to hear it there. Let's take a break. Then when we come back, we'll play a nice song. And then we'll play the trailer for Disorderlies, starring the Fat Boys from 1987. I mean... Really? Where else could you get this kind of this fun? This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 with Iain and Kath and Amy on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
If the Three Stooges made you laugh yourself sick, the Fat Boys could put you in the hospital. In Disorderlies, this greedy nephew is having unhealthy thoughts about his rich uncle.
When he dies, I'm going to inherit everything.
What?
What I need are the worst orderlies in the history of nursing care.
This can't possibly be the new order test.
Is the world's noblest profession going to the dogs? But the Fat Boys aren't the heavies. Their job is to breathe new life into an old Palm Beach millionaire.
Mouth to mouth!
And they're going to save him the best way they know how.
Put me down!
By accident.
You guys kill me. Another night like this and I'll die.
So relax, get some rest, eat properly, drink plenty of fluids, and try to survive the Fat Boys. If the Three Stooges crack you up, the Fat Boys will fracture you. In Disorderlies, they're three of the biggest heroes you'll ever meet.
Every morning, about dawn, sun shines through my window, and a new day's born. Every evening, about sundown, my whole world changes to Lord when she comes around. She comes and turns my radio on, gives me all day music. I got all night song. I'm gonna sing till the cows come home. Look what you went did, honey. You turned my radio on. Here's to love. In the quiet of it all, should I know who I am? I'm that me inside that other him, looking back inside to see, wondering what makes it all go round. Turn it down with a smile, Lord, you'll hear the sound. She comes and turns my radio on, gives me all day music, and I got all night song. I'm gonna sing, Lord, till cows come home. I'm really thankful you turned my radio on. Here's to the Lord. If I had to feel a tear, you know I'd tear. Write a song, harmony, melody, rhapsody, just so you could see what that girl done to make me say. It's really true what I say is me. She come turn my radio on. I got all day music, I got all night songs. I'm gonna sing till the cows come home. I'm really glad you turned my radio on.
How great is this, man? I'd never heard of Jim Ford before Spotify recommended him. That's some noodling going on there. Some real noodling. That's Jim Ford. She Turns My Radio On. Another song recommended, Catherine, by Spotify.
It's got your number, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I've never heard of Jim Ford. Those were the real hits for me. That was recommended to me. Oh, bizarrely, this also popped up as well in the Spotify weekly playlist for me. I mean, this was a super strange one, but I mean, it's a great song. And also two versions of this. I love this song. Of course, we all knew this version. You know this, right?
Yeah. Captain Sensible, isn't it?
But then there was this version in the same playlist.
Oh.
Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk.
Oh, I like that.
Now that's Ella Fitzgerald. Now that's great, right? What a voice.
You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true?
Isn't it? Maybe we'll play that later in the week. 03. I don't really know Ella Fitzgerald.
I've got a couple of her records. I think she's good. I'm not the only one.
Let's try line one, Amy, please. Let's try line one. It's not on my S list. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. It's the late night alternative. Kind of a nice, chilled one this evening. I think it's kind of quite nice and quite relaxed and gently entering the week. It's okay. They can't all be manic. They can't all be crazy. Sometimes it's just the way that it needs to go, isn't it, Boyley? I think it's capturing our mood.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Woo,
pardon me.
blimey.
I had a cream egg pot of joy. I didn't actually enjoy it. You had what?
I had a hot dog.
You did not.
I did.
You had a hot dog during the news?
Yeah. Well,
No,
I mean, I had a lockdown hot dog because I've got a couple of them.
So you tell me you went to the toilet and did a poo?
No. Means I got normal white bread and stuck a couple of sausages in it.
That's a sausage sandwich, mate.
No, but it's with frankfurters, so it's hot dog.
Okay. During the news you did that?
Yeah. Turns out I could probably beat half the blokes in those eating competitions.
I've got a suggestion. Right, may I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Okay. Amy said that last caller. She's just typed on the screen. I think it's a kid who shouldn't be up as someone is shouting at him in the background.
Oh dear.
If I may make a suggestion? Are you saying that one you just tried, or the line one there, Amy? Because I'm happy with that line one there as well. You take the calls, and we'll see.
Just tried.
Okay, right. Well, in that case, I'm happy for you to take the calls now. I think we've got our eye on it, and you're doing a brilliant job. So thank you. Let me make a suggestion, Catherine.
Yeah.
Marry me, because I don't want to touch you. There'll be separate rooms, but I'm so jealous that you had hot dogs during the news, and I had a pea and a cream egg pot of joy. That was it.
You got to organise your time because I had a pea as well. What I did was I put the hot dogs in the microwave. Bosh. Meanwhile, I'm in the other room sorting myself out, so to speak, washing my hands. Come back on the plate. Boom, boom. Ketchup, yellow mustard.
This is awful. No.
Great. I'm not sorry.
I've got a shop coming tomorrow and I haven't ordered any hot dogs. I really want hot dogs now.
Yeah. Good, aren't they? I mean, they're not, but they are.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I should have said this at the start of the show, but actually we can wait until tickets are on sale. It's looking very likely that Sunday, I think, is it the 14th or the 16th or the 14th or the 15th or the 16th? Sunday, 2 weeks. What day is it today? The 4th. Monday the 4th, because the milk went off. So that was the 3rd. So it's the 17th. So Sunday the 17th at 6 o'clock, it's looking very likely It's like 85% that Catherine and I are going to do a rabbit hole live on Zoom. Okay, very, very likely, and we'll be selling tickets for about £6. £6, £6.50, something like that, for a show that will be at least an hour. Probably closer to 90 minutes, but we're saying at least an hour, just in case it doesn't work, and we'll do an hour, and we'll never mention it again. So follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, at Iain Lee, at Flipping Kath, and we will. We're just trying to get the technical sorted out, but fingers crossed. We're hoping the lockdown will have been lifted slightly there. I'm hoping that Kath will let me squeeze into her bubble. That's my
It's
plan.
a very exclusive bubble, we shall see.
Exactly. We're going to do, but if not, I think we can do it from separate homes, but I suspect we'll be okay for you to come here, and we'll do a rabbit hole about 6:00 Sunday evening, and we'll have a right old laugh, and we'll be able to see all of you if you want. If you don't want us to see you, you can switch your cameras off, and we'll take phone calls. And we'll take Skype calls and we'll talk nonsense, and you'll be the first time you get a chance to see the two of us together. So that is something to bear in mind. Let's go to Emre. Good evening, Emre.
Hello, Ian. So, you know that you're talking about Into the Night?
Yes.
I was just going to call you tonight and say, go and watch it, but you are a step ahead of me.
I'm ahead of the curve, mate. I'm not a sheeple. I'm not a follower. I'm actually the shepherd. I'm a trend setter. Yeah, I am. Yeah. I am. And I've seen it. I did it all in less than 12 hours, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But they'll never make series 2 of it, so don't get too excited.
I've been shocked today, and I was Googling it about season 2, and they said they'll check the figures in 30 days and see what it's like in May.
But that's I read that story too. That was published 4 days ago. But it's also it doesn't make sense because no one's filming anything, and no one's going to be able to film anything for ages. But I think I know what happens in season 2 because I looked at getting the book that it's based on, and it's based on a book. And or it's inspired by a book, because then I read the description of the book, and it was like, oh, that's got nothing to do with. Oh, okay, right, that makes sense. It'll be season 2. I can tell you if you want, or you can go and research it yourself.
I think I'll go and research it and might even buy it.
That's probably the correct answer. Probably the correct answer. But it looks like it's about to change completely.
Yeah, I also wanted to talk about like diaries and that. Have you been keeping a diary?
No. Every now and then I try. Every few years I start and I try, and I started keeping a nice diary when I was I moved out of my marital home and was living in misery, and then it became more of just a thing where I could go and write like random thoughts and rants and things, and now I don't really. No, I don't. No, I don't.
I don't have the discipline. Celebrity diary. That was good.
Oh, that was good. I wanted to do one when we found out that we'd got the gig at Talk Radio. I wanted to write a diary entry every day for the first year, or as soon as we found out we were doing it, to the end of the first year of it being on air, and Kath wouldn't do it, so I couldn't be bothered.
What?
Oh, don't tell me I didn't. Don't say I didn't tell you about it, Catherine. I did, and you said.
But neither of us did it.
No, because you weren't going to do it. Because you weren't going to do it, so I didn't do it.
Yes, I was. I downloaded that app and everything. Problems. Yes, I did. I got that. What's it called? Day one.
Yeah, but you didn't do it. So now, what would be a brilliant book that would be out? Shut up, Emery. That would be. We're having an argument. The mum and dad are having an argument. The kids aren't involved. What would be a brilliant book that would make us a fortune now doesn't exist.
It's all my fault again. Imagine.
Yep, it is. Anyway, Emery, no, but you keep one, do you?
I have, yeah. I've been doing one during quarantine. So 27th of March I started writing one, and up until a couple of days ago I've started doing it like an audio diary.
I should have done something like that. You know, we're on day 362.
That's why I did the audio.
That was good. That, I didn't do anything for this, and
if it ever comes out, I'll dedicate it to you.
May God bless you, Emre. Thank you. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Robert. Good evening, Robert.
Hi, Ian. How you doing?
Very well, Robert. What have you got for us?
Hiya. I just decided to give you a call because you're playing the Pete Murray, the theme he used to use.
Yes, the Floyd Kramer.
Yeah, it just brought back memories for me because my first job out of university, I was actually the phone-op on the show on London Talkback Radio, which was the AM frequency then. Do you remember?
Whoa! Hang on. What a night to get a phone call like this when the phone line keeps dropping out, so I can't hear it. But I'm going to persevere. So hang on, Robert. When was this?
This would have been in the 92, 93. I would have started. And another interesting thing for you is that the other work experience guy I started with was a guy called Scott Solder, who you've mentioned before, who I believe went on to become your boss.
He became my boss at LBC. He taught me, him and David Lloyd.
Yeah.
He taught me so much. Scott Solder was the person when I started at LBC, and for weeks I'd go in and go. It was a Sunday night show. I replaced Brian Hayes, and I had a producer I didn't really get on with. And we didn't really inspire each other. There we go. That's a polite way of saying it. And we would go in each week and I would find stories in the papers and would do stuff and that. And after about 3 months, Scott said, yeah, that's great. Why don't you try going in one day without having read the newspapers? And I went, what? He said, yeah, just go in without having, I said, well, what would I talk about? And he said, well, just talk about stuff that's happened to you in the week. And I said, well, that's a stupid idea. I'll do it. But I'll do it once, but I guarantee it won't work. And he went, well, just try it once. And of course, that changed. That was the best bit of advice that I could have ever belligerently accepted. It was incredible. So hang on. Yeah. So what station was this at?
So this was in the dying days of the original LBC before it then became London, when it lost the licence.
Right. And they went to medium wave then, didn't they?
Yeah, so the talkie bit went on medium wave and it went to rolling news on FM for ages, and it sort of died to death then. But Scott was basically working. I remember he turned up and he was working work experience on the Angela Rippon drive time on FM at the time. And I ended up on Pete Murray. So when you played that music in the first hour, I was like, oh my word, I just remember that.
And was he doing because I wasn't really listening then. I might have listened to a bit of Clive Bull around then, but I wasn't really. Was he doing like a proper straight phone in with your thoughts on the news?
He was doing, it was more sort of magazine-y thing, because the AM was more sort of magazine-y, lighter, and it was more newsy on FM at the time, before it actually went to rolling news on FM when they lost the licence.
Yeah.
So it was things, I can remember us doing a thing where you were the phone op, and there was a thing where people phoned in with questions, and then people phoned in with answers to questions, and it was absolutely hellish doing the phone op, because someone would say, right, I've got the answer to question 7, and then someone else would, this was the days before the internet and everything, and then someone else would say, I've got this question, and you were on the phone taking call after call, trying to match up the answers to the questions.
Like questions like a quiz?
It wasn't a quiz, it was I'm trying to think now, it was almost like, like Swap Shop, but it was like people asking things about, if I were to crochet this, what would I need? It was like...
Oh, almost like Mystery Hour then with James O'Brien.
Yeah, it was almost like that, but an earlier sort of version of that.
Wow.
It was like simple one-word answers sort of thing, almost like, it wasn't like long...
Do you know what, Robert? If someone were to send me, like, a file with all of those episodes on of that,
yeah,
I would happily install them onto my iPod or my phone, and I would listen to that. I would listen to Pete Murray doing a phone in from the early 90s, where people phone in with problems and dilemmas and questions. And Catherine, that just sounds wonderful.
It does. It sounds rather delicious. I wonder if anyone has a possibility of.
They must exist somewhere.
It was a totally different time. I mean, I ended up then going on to do overnights. Ended up producing Mike Mendoza on overnights. Did that for a couple of years, and then it was around the time when the original talk radio was starting up, and Caesar the Geezer was on, and he was getting everybody to phone us up and do prank calls. And I can remember there was one night we had, and I think there was about 12 in a row of these people phoning up and just like doing what they do to you sometimes, and it was an absolute nightmare.
Flipping heck, man! You were there in World War I. This is incredible. You were an early warrior that cleared the path for us. This is incredible. Did you must have met Clive Bull when you were there?
Clive, yeah, I can remember. It was amazing because I was such a huge fan before I even started working there at Clive, and I remember sort of listening to him sort of on the radio at home. And then one night I remember he filled in. It was, what was it he was doing? I can't remember. There was some show, and it was like Clive Ball's going to be filling in tonight. And I remember just being so excited. And he came in, And I remember us doing a music sort of quiz that I'd set up, and it was in the days of the carts, you know, when you had the carts loaded.
Yeah, of course.
And my memory of it is one of the things was the Black Beauty theme, and I can remember him loving that so much he ended up playing the whole theme that night, and that's just the only thing I can sort of remember that night. But
Clive's the best. I think that Clive is the best radio broadcaster in this country, without a shadow of a doubt, and he can turn his hand to anything, and he's just the best, and there's no exaggeration, and he's been so kind to me, and I'm you know, we chat every now and then. And why did you stop, Robert? Just because everyone that works in radio is an arsehole?
Sort of changed there, and Mr. Allen actually was involved in some of what was going on there, and it got quite nasty, and so I ended up moving away, and I ended up in Edinburgh, ironically, because a friend was doing a show up here, and I've ended up staying up here, which is really strange. So it was a complete change of, you know, environment and of work-wise. But one of the reasons I was actually phoning as well tonight was, ever since I left LBC then in 1995, I've never phoned a radio station before. I love talk radio. I've been listening to you since the absolute days, but never even thought of phoning up. I don't know whether it's because I've just been stuck in the flat for sort of 6 weeks. Just got quite bored on Saturday afternoon, and about 3 o'clock they were on LBC. It was, in fact, and I just thought, I might just phone up. And
nice one.
So I phoned up, got straight through, and it's what I know you've spoke about this before. They put me straight on and said there's 2 calls in front. And I just got, I wish I hadn't done it straight away. I had all my notes down on a Post-it note, and it got closer and closer. You know, you hear that click just before you're going to be the next one on.
Yeah.
And they came on, and it just went absolutely awful. And I sort of got it back towards the end, but, you know, when you want to say things, but you've sort of thought it over too much in your mind.
Yeah.
And everyone I've sort of played it back to, they've all listened to it and said, oh, you sounded really nervous. Oh, you made some interesting points. And it's just, I don't know why, but it's just, I can't believe I've gone from used to working in it and
the phoning in is completely different. It's completely different. When I've done it before, and I don't really phone up radio. I really want to phone up Jim Davis or Dotton Adebayo. They're on 5 Live now. I really want to phone them up because I like them. I'm sort of friends with them, although I've never spoken to them. But occasionally we text each other, and I really want to phone up their show and just have a chat with them. But I'm terrified, absolutely terrified. So I can't do it because it's not a natural thing to do. And it's funny you mentioned Steve Allen. I bet I could probably guess what happened as well. I don't want you to say, but
I won't say. But every time I hear you talk, I just think, and it's only after what happened I found out where it was coming from, and it's not nice at all.
Yeah, I know a few people. Anyway. But I'm
really glad I phoned tonight, because I just felt, I don't know why, but just because that phone call went so bad, I've just felt really, it's sort of added to the general depression of what's going on at the moment.
Do you think you've exorcised that demon now? Because I would say, and Catherine is the producer of the show, it's not even relevant what I think. Catherine is the producer of the show. How do you think Robert's call has gone?
I think that's a gold star for Robert. You sound relaxed. It's cool, you know, and you've had some really interesting stuff to say. I mean, have you listened to some of the calls on this show?
We have a very low standard, Robert, to be honest. So.
No, I absolutely love it. I'm just, you know, it's just, yeah, it's great. It's great. It made me feel so much better tonight, actually, phoning through.
Robert, you can call in any time you want, mate. And thank you for sharing that. It was absolutely fascinating. I love all that geeky radio stuff. I thrive on that. Thank you. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Just sending you a text, Catherine.
Yeah, I got it.
There's a part 2 of it. 0344 499. I don't know if it necessarily got physical, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think that's why me. You know, I think that's why me. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I love that call. I am a real geeky radio head, and I love the history and but particularly the speech radio stuff. But I love all of that stuff. And he was there. He was getting his hands dirty on the front line, Catherine, clearing the path, laying the train tracks so that we could ride relatively smoothly into the radio sunset. Excuse me.
Oh, there it is again.
Stephen Page was good on Saturday. That was the second Stephen Page, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's the first one I'd seen. And what an incredible, communal, chilled out experience. I really, really enjoyed it. And I felt like I'd had a night out.
£6.50 for an hour and 40 minutes of songs and chat and mistakes and an awful bit where he unmuted 865 people on Zoom, and it was just horrendous. I had my guitar, my mandolin out at one point and was joining in. I had my bass out at one point and was joining in. I sat on the sofa, I had the cats climbing over me, and it was an event. Sat in the dark watching a concert, and that was the second one. And there are two more which we've got. We've got tickets for both of them, haven't we?
Well, this is the thing. So he kind of announced tickets for the next one, didn't he? Or he mentioned it. And I went, I must get a ticket for next week because I know they sell out fast. That's why I missed the boat the first time round. Yeah. So I got a ticket and I thought, my parents would really appreciate this. So I was halfway through getting them a ticket and sold out. But I noticed he had put some more on sale today for the week after. So I've sorted them out with a ticket for that. So, well, enjoy that, I think. I said to my dad, "You're not doing anything, are you?"
And it's $8. It's $8 to watch one of my top 5 singers. And I got the first song was one I'd requested, and we got a mention. Then he's 20 minutes later, half an hour later, he sees you on Zoom, and gives you a mention, and we both got goosebumps.
So good. He's such a nice man, and it's one of the perks of this job that I've got to meet some really, really interesting, creative, inspiring people. And for for him to recognise me, and he's gone out of his way to say nice things about my paintings, and he's interested. He's not just kind of showbiz balls, which we are up to our eyes in a lot.
He's answered a few questions as well about us doing a show on Zoom. He's kind of been the inspiration. The Coconut Cabbie is tweeting me. No. Come on now, everybody. We're bigger than this. No, we're bigger than this. Two things. First of all, Coconut Cabbie, I do think Tommy Robinson is racist. I do think he is. That's by the by. I'm referring more to your first text. If you want to know how I gave up alcohol and drugs, you're very welcome to give me a call. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I feel that I've kind of said it so much on here that a lot of people go, okay, here we go again. But if someone phones up and specifically asks, and I see you've asked in a tweet, but I don't really respond to tweets on here. But just the fact that you've tweeted a few times tonight makes me think this guy has got weights. He's carrying rocks in his backpack, and he doesn't need those rocks. He could empty his backpacks and get rid of those rocks. If you want to know how I did it, you're very welcome to call up and I'll tell you how I did it. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's 12:30, Kath.
I know, it's gone fast, hasn't it, tonight?
It has, and it's been a weird one. I wouldn't say this was a classic show. I would give it a 6 out of 10, which is a fair score. I'm so tired. I'm so physically tired. And when we kind of roll around to Monday, it's like the wheel is just at the top again, and we're about to go round, and I kind of think, well, I've got 2 days on my own. Then I get my boys Wednesday night. And as much as I love my boys, and as much as we had such a laugh with them here last week, there's a part of me, and I can say this, and I can be honest, because this is a show about honesty. There's a part of me that dreads them coming, because I know I'm going to be even more tired than I am now. I'm tired now, and I've been to bed twice today, and I haven't really done a lot. But when the boys are here, I'm even more tired, because I have to be up by 8 o'clock in the morning, which may not sound that early, but forget we finish at 1, and I don't really get to sleep till about 2:30. And I'm sleeping terribly at the moment, as a lot of us are. So I have to get up at 8 and, obviously do breakfast and stuff like that and homeschool. And the boys get quite a lot of work, actually. They get quite a lot of work. And then once they're homeschooled, I've kind of got to feed them again and then entertain them. Parent things. And I love it. And we've had such a great time. And we've had some really good times, actually. We had a bit of an argument on Saturday about nothing, but we made it up. My back, I've hurt my back a bit, and my youngest wanted to wrestle, and I said, I can't wrestle, son, I've really hurt my back, and he went in a strop, and, the way 8-year-olds do. And I sometimes go into a strop, the way 47-year-old idiots do, and then, but now I'm at a stage, whereas my dad used to go in a strop, and then that would be it for a week. I don't do it very often now, but I did it on Saturday because I was so tired. I'll go into a strop, and then 5 minutes later I'll go, come on, man, you're the adult. Come on, don't do what your dad did. And I'll go out and I'll apologise for my part, and we'll chat and we'll reach a compromise. Blah, 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 blah. But there is when I get to Mondays, there is a bit of dread that thinks I've got to drive and pick up the boys on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday I've got to school them and entertain them, and and then Saturday I've got them until their mum collects them, and that's the week. That's the way it's been for the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Christ knows how long this has been going on for, and there's no respite. And when I say respite, and I get it. A lot of people have it a lot harder than me. I get it. I know. And we've kind of addressed that before, that you don't actually, the comparison of people being, in inverted commas, worse off than you doesn't work, because if what you're feeling is misery and depression or pain and tiredness, then that's fine. That's what you're feeling. It doesn't matter that there is someone more miserable, more tired, more depressed than you. It's irrelevant, actually. But it's just relentless, and it's not that I want this lockdown to end and I want them to go back to school, and I want, of course I want that eventually when it is safe to do so. It's just, everything's grey. Does that make sense? Grey is the best way I can...
Yeah, flat.
Flat. It's flat. And the Stephen Page concert was a great little high. The roast dinner I had on Sunday didn't actually work as a high for me. It was a real boost the week before, really lifted my spirits, and it didn't this time. So I'll probably skip it this coming week. Yeah. And the tricks I could normally use, the tricks I would use in the past would be drugs. I can't do that. Beer, I certainly can't do that. With sex, can't do that. So the tricks that I would use in the past, the outrageous ones and the kind of smaller ones, like having a nice roast dinner, they don't seem to be working. It's just flat. It's flat.
Well, we're kind of in a holding pattern, aren't we? We're in limbo. And survival instinct is to just kind of go on standby a little bit.
And I miss you. I miss hanging out with you. You're my best mate. I miss winding you up. I miss jumping out as you come out of the toilets. Yeah, okay, well, that's rude. And there are other people in my life that I miss, and I know we're all going through it. We're all going through it, aren't we? But
yeah.
I don't know what the thing is, because I don't want to go out. I don't want to. I don't understand why. Nothing has changed with this coronavirus. And so I don't understand how them relaxing lockdown is going to change anything. Until we have a vaccine, nothing will change, will it?
No. Which is why I wonder just how... They're talking about relaxing lockdown. I think people might be expecting more than we're going to get. I don't know. They've just been very careful about giving us the details, haven't we? But meanwhile, the newspapers are speculating wildly and sowing little seeds in our minds of what might be, but... They're being very careful. Do you know why? I think because someone will hear it and go, all right, if that's going to happen now, going to happen like in 2 weeks, I might as well crack on now, because obviously it's safe.
I don't know. And I'm also finding, it's partly why we're taking 2 days off next week, is I'm struggling. I'm really grateful for the show. I'm getting paid. Brilliant. A lot of people aren't. Thank you. I'm so grateful for that. Are we going to carry on after June? I think we are. but my contract runs out in June. I've been told that we are, but there probably won't be a contract, that we just carry on working outside of a contract. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. I can deal with that. But I'm finding it hard to find inspiration for the show, partly because we're not doing anything. It's going back to that thing talking about Scott Solder earlier on when he said, don't go through the papers, just talk about what's happened in your week. Well, nothing has happened in the week. Nothing has happened in the week. So I'm finding it harder and harder to be inspired. We'll take that one, Amy. Thank you. To be inspired to do the show.
I know exactly what you mean. You know, driving into London every day was a faff and it was expensive. But something would always happen, either on the drive, something you'd seen, something you listened to on a podcast or the radio as you drove in. The walking from where we used to park our cars was usually eventful. You know, it'd be something. There would be something. But, you know, I'm barely setting foot out my front door these days. What can I tell you? What have you been doing today? Kind of the same as yesterday, but in a slightly different order.
Let's try this, but let's hover, as we tend to do. Let's go to John. Good evening, John.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, John.
Yeah, you were talking about the Pete Murray show on LBC.
Yes, we were, yeah.
Just a couple of things I remember. It's the very first time I heard Derek Acora. Pete Murray used to have Derek Acora on, and he was very much like Clinton Baptiste you had on the other day. Do you remember?
I remember Clinton coming on very well. Really, he was okay. So that was the first time that you heard Acora. Gosh, it all started there.
Yeah. And the other thing I remember, it's quite a well-known story, so you might have heard it, you might not have done.
Go on.
But he actually went home before his show finished. They changed the time of the show or extended it, and he normally went home at 12. So he went to the news at 12 o'clock, or whatever time it was.
Yeah.
And his show had been extended an hour, so he's supposed to stay till 1. And they came back from the news, and he jumped in his car and gone home.
No! So what did they do for the hour?
I don't know. I wasn't listening at the time, but I know it's quite a well-told story from people who used to work on LBC at the time. Yeah, he just got off home. What they did, I do not know.
I would like this is what everyone needs to, right. Take me and Kath off the air for a month, right, and play old episodes of that. I know it's a different radio station. Who cares? Just play old episodes of that. I'd listen, or just set up a channel where they recreate old LBC and old talk radio, and they play old shows from the 80s and the 90s. You do not go past 1996, and you play old shows in the slots that they would have been in. That would be a radio station, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be absolutely brilliant, yeah.
So would you call yourself a bit of a radio anorak, John?
Yeah, I've been listening to phone radio since I was at school, and I'm like over 60 now, so that's...
Oh, flipping it, okay. Yeah.
Robbie Vincent and all that, you know.
You know, we had Robbie Vincent on our show once.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't know he was going to be on, otherwise I would have listened.
Yeah,
I've asked him a few questions, you know.
Yeah, I love Robbie. Do you know what? I'm going to send Robbie a little message tomorrow. Let me write that down on my board. I'm going to send Robbie Vincent a little message tomorrow. Just make sure that he's doing all right, because he was nice, wasn't he, Kath? He was lovely.
Yeah, he was lovely.
Yeah. Go on.
I remember he once played Dancing Queen by ABBA.
Yeah.
He played it about half a dozen times in one show, and he never said why he played it half a dozen times. But I'd like to ask him why he played it 6 times. I think it's I don't know if he met some woman or something, and that was his favourite song. I don't know, but
could be Secret Sex Code. Robbie Vincent's Secret Sex Code, which, by the way, if that was a show, I would listen to that. John, thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. 0344 499 1000. I'll send Robbie a little message tomorrow and see how he's doing. Danny, stay there. We'll come to you in a second. This is the Late Night Alternative. Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
If you're watching, you can watch the show on YouTube, youtube.com/Iain Lee. Click the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to know when I go on there. Also, twitch.tv/Iain Lee is the place you can go and you can follow me for free, and I go and play video games on there or do. I was going to do a phone in today, and then I got the news about my mum, and I couldn't. I didn't fancy it, but there'll be some fun things happening on there. Let's go to Danny boy.
Hello, Kath. Hello, Ian. Hello,
hey, Danny.
Hello, Danny.
It's been a fun show tonight. The music has been brilliant. It's been so good. I've actually thought that maybe I might go and get myself a Spotify.
This is all Spotify recommendations, and I didn't even know that they did it. I just scrolled down on my homepage for the first time. I went, "Oh, what's this? Oh, I bet this will be crap. I bet this will be crap," and it was brilliant.
Well, I've just bought a Bluetooth dongle so I can connect my PC to my 7.1 surround sound system rather than using the Alexa device thingy. And so now I can listen to all my music and it's very loud. So that's pretty good. But talking about the thing, I've been virtually on my own now for nearly 60 days, staying in the house. The only person I see is my daughter's mother and my cleaner every 3 weeks, and that's it, because my daughter's away at uni. And today,
do you have a cleaner come in during all this?
Yeah, but she only does me and one other person.
Oh, she cleans you? Yeah, your house?
Yes, I can't change my bed sheets and do my hoovering, so she does that for me.
Oh, and I'm not judging you in any way. I'm just surprised, because that was one of the first things I did was cancel Becky. I paid her a few weeks, extra, but I cancelled her. Yeah. And you're right. The bed sheets I can do, and I put clean bed sheets on yesterday, and it's just the best thing in the world. The hoovering I really struggle with, and because I've got 4 cats. The carpet, I've only got carpet upstairs and on the stairs, but it gets filthy, like, so quickly, and hoovering is a real pain in the arse. And in fact, tomorrow I've probably got to clean my bathroom as well. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry. There we go. A little bit of housekeeping there, Danny. I do apologise. Carry on with your call.
That's okay. I've got 4 cats as well. Mine leave a mess everywhere, but I can't physically change the bed sheets or do the hoovering, so I have to have her do it, otherwise I'll have crusty sheets.
Oh, he said crusty sheets.
Crinkly. So my daughter's away at uni and she's up at Nottingham. I mean, they shut her uni nearly 2 months ago, but she decided to stay up there to work. She works at Aldi or Lidl. Always get those two mixed up. So the whole point is today is the very first day. Well, I went to sleep at 7 this morning, and then I woke up about midday to go to the toilet. Then went back to bed. And when I woke up again at 7 p.m. tonight, I had to force myself to get out of bed. And then at 8:30 tonight, I'm sitting at the computer. My cat's asleep on my computer desk. I pet the cat and thought, I could go back to bed now. It's the first time it's ever happened, because I used to have anchors to get me through the week. On Monday, my mum would come round. On Thursday, it'd be my mum. Friday, a couple of friends come round for dinner. Saturday, it would be the football. And now, the only thing that gets me through the week is going 10 p.m. It's you two, and that's it. It's just really weird.
Yeah, it is. There is, I have very little highlights in my day. And this is why things like the Stephen Page concert were a big thing. This is why I was disappointed yesterday that the roast, which I was building up as a highlight, didn't quite live up to that expectation. And today, there was nothing. So I went back to bed twice. Once was for a doze, and once was so I could go and eat a whole packet of Oreos. And I was going to read, but my Kindle had died. So I just ate a packet of Oreos and just sat in bed and thought, well, it's either sit up here or sit on the sofa. It don't make no difference, really.
Well, in my bedroom, I've got triple-lined curtains, so it's pitch black in there. I've got an electric bed. I put the feet up, and I've got a Talk 15 duvet. I put Talk Radio on, and I just lay there all day listening to that,
fapping away
with cats on me. Yeah, yeah, but it's I'm perfectly fine with it. Although I could go forever and not see anybody, but I do miss missing. My mum's 76, and she's looking after my brother who's knackered, and so both of those aren't allowed out of the house, and. Yeah, it's just weird that today's the first day, but now I can see what everyone else is saying. There's, like you said earlier, Kath, everything's just grey. You really don't know what day it is.
I said grey, Kath said flat, but the last 3 weeks I've been cool with it, and I've enjoyed it. I've accepted it, and I've enjoyed it. And yesterday and today were a real.
You're losing your appetite as well, because today I've had a bag of red licorice sticks and a bag of tortilla chips, and that's it.
I've not eaten a meal today. I've grazed like a packet of Oreos, some crisps, I've not had an actual. Yeah, I've not had an actual meal. I've put on so much weight, Danny. Big old boobies.
Yeah.
I've got big old titties now.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you like it, Dan. How the hell are you How are you talking to us and also typing in the YouTube chat?
When you were talking, so I waited until you finished. No, while you were talking, and I just put yes.
Cut him off, Amy. Cut him off. I don't think he's cut him off. I don't think he's a scumbag anymore. When I was talking, as though my part of the conversation isn't more important than his, significantly more important than his. I'm a wise soul. I'm a sensei. I'm a sifu. I'm not a yeti, a yogi. I'm a yogi. So screw you, Danny. Thank you to all the mods on the YouTube channel. You've done great work recently. Oh, I had that cheese on Friday night.
Yeah.
Before the show. I had so much cheese that I had to get up in the middle of the night, about 5 or 6 o'clock for me, the middle of the night, and do a poo.
Oh, my God.
I'd had so much cheese, and I have never in my life had to get up in the middle of the night to do a number 2. Ever.
You put the loo in Port Salut.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And I've just had cheese tonight, so I'm hoping I don't have to do the same. I know, it's very lowbrow. Very, very lowbrow. But come on, guys.
I think it's a public health warning. We're all a bit loosey-goosey with the old food rules at the moment. So
Not had a meal today. Not had a meal. Just eating crap.
I can understand how you get like that. The only reason I eat properly and I've got things in all the time is because I've got children to feed. If it was just me, I'd be eating crisps.
I got some ready meals in the freezer. I just couldn't get round to it, and I felt a bit down. I thought, I'll have crisps. I got a big shop coming tomorrow because I've got the boys coming again on Wednesday night. So I'm going to do a couple of the recipes from that book you did for me that I've not actually done yet. So I might have done one of them actually. So we're having beef stroganoff with tagliatelle.
Beautiful. I did that today.
And I've actually done this one before. Cheesy chorizo chicken and spinach. I'm doing that for the boys as well.
Oh, that's nice, that one. And that's one of the Joe Wicks ones, isn't it? St. Joe.
Yeah, so we probably have the stroganoff on the Thursday. And I've never in my life, I used to laugh at my friend Conan because he would plan his meals on a Sunday night for the week. And now I'm planning the meals for the week. So the Thursday we'll probably have the stroganoff. Saturday we'll probably have the chicken because I remember that being quite light. And I think on Friday the boys want to get a Chinese takeaway, so we might have a little a cheeky Chinese takeaway.
Nice.
Yes, very, very nice. No, I told you we watched that. I'm not going to give out the phone number. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered.
It's that time of the night, guys. Well, it's generally between 10 and 1. Oh, man. I realise why I'm down in the dumps, by the way. I had a look at the calendar.
Oh.
Told you, this lockdown is making me even worse.
Hang on a minute.
PMT-wise. Oh, have I scared you off? Is this like when I used to say to the PE teacher I couldn't do PE and he'd say, why? And I'd say, well, ladies' problems, and he would not want to discuss it any further. Ladies' problems.
Catherine's on her period.
No, 7 days.
Oh. Well,
this is the worst time. This is when I get narky and sad.
Cat's approaching her period. She's going to talk about ladies' problems. She is going to be down for a week or two. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cat, we love you even when your body lets you down. A lady's body will always let her down. You know it will. It really will. Thank you.
Oh, that's lovely in a way.
Yeah, in a way. In a way.
Thanks for that.
Have you got anything to...
Yeah. Christopher Reeve.
I haven't finished the thing. Have you got... hang on, did you say Christopher Reeve?
Yeah, his son.
Whoa, because earlier in the chat we had... someone was saying that one of the callers sounded like Christopher Reeve.
I've had this to talk about for about a week and we never got round to it.
All right, okay.
A Good Morning America reporter became the butt of a national joke after he appeared on the popular show without any pants on. I think they mean American pants.
Oh, yeah, I saw...
Apparently totally unaware that his bare legs and boxer shorts could be seen on camera.
I saw one of the presenters that works here did the same thing. Okay.
Oh, really? What, with his legs out?
Yeah, I think it was as a Mickey take of that.
Oh, joke. Will Reeve, the son of the late Superman star Christopher Reeve, filmed a live segment for the morning show from... Reeve.
It's Christopher Reeves. I don't even...
Christopher Reeves' son.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher Reeves' son, Jim Reeves.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Wasn't wearing any trousers.
Great story, Kath. Well done. Well told.
This is why I haven't told it for a week. It's like, oh, yeah.
Let me see if I've got any stories that I haven't told for a week. Hang on. I think I closed all my tabs.
I've got a really good one.
No, you haven't. You've got a really good one. You're going to do it at midnight 54.
No, this is good. You'll like this one. It's got everything you like. Secret holes. A man who drilled a hole in his wall was stunned to find a secret 120-year-old cellar underneath his house. Jake Brown from Plymouth, Devon, was redecorating his newly bought home when he realised one wall had different textures. After drilling an opening big enough to get his head through to take another look, which is, I think, a bold move when you're not sure what's through the other side, he found a huge cellar underneath his home. Taking a further look inside, he discovered paint cans, a 50-year-old newspaper, as well as bottles from the 1900s.
That's now... yes, OK.
Curiosity
that will be the 1900s. Here's something that will confuse you. The 1900s is actually the 20th century. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 1800s are the 19th century. Go fish. Go figure.
Yeah. Go fish. So anyway, he made a hole and found a bigger hole.
Oh, that's not a good story. That's not a good story.
There was no ghost in there, though. Found some building waste and other rubbish. Someone just sealed it up, just rather than tidying it up. It's the sort of thing I would do if I had the technology, to be honest.
Get this. We live in a world where some people think ghosts are real. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Isn't that funny? We live in we breathe the same air as some people who think ghosts are actually real. That's nuts.
There are people listening to this who reckon they've seen them.
Yeah, that's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Although I told you what happened the time when I was awoken in an earthquake, and my first thought, as I was shaken into from my slumber, was, oh, poltergeist. But then I realised it's real life, not film. But I think that there is something primeval in us that reaches for the scary thing first and then talks themselves down.
Let's speak to someone who's hopefully got a little bit more enthusiasm for this crap than we have. Daryl Morris, broadcaster, gentleman, lover, man about town, raconteur. Have you ever seen a ghost, Daryl?
Hello there. Wouldn't hold your breath for enthusiasm, by the way.
Yeah, and it's lacking, isn't it? And I don't mean that in any way as a dig. Is it lacking for you?
Speak for yourself. No, I don't know, really. I must admit that I'm sort of running out of things to talk about. Because one of the things that we do is we talk about stuff, right? And you sort of like need to do things in order to have things to talk about. It's quite an important part of being on the radio. And I'm missing that bit, I think. And so now we've resorted to ghost stories. Okay, well, no disrespect. Have I seen a ghost? Sorry, I was a bit of a bit harsh.
Yeah, but we haven't resorted to what's your favourite biscuit for dunking and your favourite sandwich filling. That's tomorrow.
Wait till 3:30. I haven't seen a ghost. My stepfather, who's one of those like proper. He's not cynical per se, but he's like, you know, he's a white van man. Like, doesn't take any nonsense. You know, like he wouldn't make this stuff up. He did see a guy. He was working on a house. He was on his own in this house. And he was sweeping up in one of the top bedrooms, and he turned around and there was an older gentleman stood at the door, right? Yeah. And he was like, "Who the hell's that?" And the guy turned and walked out, and he was sort of calling after him, like, you know, so obviously somebody's like come onto the building site or whatever. Followed him into the bathroom, found him sat in the bath, and then he just disappeared. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm actually in this building on my own now. I've just realised, and I'd really rather we hadn't gone down this path. I can't listen to Howard on a Sunday night for that reason.
I can't, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah.
Don't turn around.
Stop it! You can wind your neck in.
Hey, that is a very talented producer you're speaking to. Don't you tell her she can wind her neck in. OK, well, let's hope you don't feel too spooky.
Stop it. Stop
Darryl?
this right now, please. Can you stop it?
Building.
Stop that.
On your own.
That's enough, thank you.
Down the back of your neck.
Stop it!
Just the air conditioning, right?
Stop! I don't like this. I actually don't like this.
The feeling
Stop.
of being watched must be in your imagination.
I'm not good with this sort of thing. I know this is all really fun, but I'm really not good with this sort of thing. I'm really not good with this. This is one of those things that I'm really just not very good at.
Talk Radio.